There we go.
Riggs, I'm so sorry, but sometimes
We are live.
when I read your username, I think of.
Don't even.
Okay.
Not this early into the stream.
Okay. Hi, Rin.
I can't taint the stream
With that.
18 less than 15 seconds in.
Figo Riggs is like, no, now tell me. Are you sure you want to know?
Yeah, I don't know because I don't read it as anything else ever. Hold up. Let's wait till 30 seconds passes. Okay, we're good.
What? Oh, okay. I am embarrassed to say it. I'm embarrassed to say it. You know, I sprung this on myself.
You did spring it on
I
yourself.
did spring on myself. So sometimes it
Smell? I smell?
not smell. Sometimes it reads to me like fecal. Like poo-poo.
New Fox lore.
I'm sorry. I ruined the name for myself.
Hello.
New Fox lore. It's the news of the day. Fico Riggs says, I get that. It's okay. Oh, okay. Well, I guess if that's happened before, it's still
You get that a lot. It's okay. Well, I get
bald.
I get what's the guy's name?
Oh, unspeakable.
Unspeakable.
Yeah.
So I fell down the stairs yesterday and almost spilt smoothie all over me. And today I fell down at
School in front of 30 people and scraped my knee really badly. Oh, that's horrible.
Aww. I feel more bad about the scraped knee. Don't feel embarrassed.
You know, like this comment if you came from the other POV.
The other people. Oh no. Do you
You
guys
know.
watch?
You know what I'm talking about. Dude, what if Fox, like, let's be honest. What if that was captured and uploaded to TikTok, right?
And you got millions of views.
And it got literally millions of views. It would literally be the most Meeky thing that's ever happened to you.
You'd be Mickey.
That'd be
for a
crazy
day.
cool. Is your knee okay, though?
Yeah, I
Like,
hate getting scraped knees. Yeah, is your
ripped
knee okay?
my pants somehow, too. What the heck? Literally the last stair.
Ouch. Ouch.
That'd be cool.
We don't realize how fragile we really are.
We didn't realize how fragile our
It's
egos
true
really
though.
are.
We'd probably like, I don't know, die so fast if we're just like
Oops, I didn't wanna do
without
that.
any protection from the weather. I don't know.
If it makes you feel any better, there's more people here listening to your story than saw you. There's 14 on YouTube and there's like 13 on
it's a little bit
TikTok. We can wait till a bunch of people show up and describe the event for you.
We'll wait for like 100 people to show up.
Content
If there is
updates.
100 people. I think it'd be kind of funny if there was like a Miki. Her head is like fully drawn, but she's like, oh my gosh, what happened to my body?
I should turn boxes into characters. There we go. Na 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 na.
Like, oh my gosh.
Just embarrass me, don't worry. You don't need help with that. I don't need to help you with embarrassing you.
Hello,
You ripped your
Roman.
pants?
Galaxy. Is it Galax? Glax? Sorry. Oops. Sci-fi, hello.
Hello, how's everybody doing?
Yeah. You know how the body has a skeleton? This is a skeleton of a drawing.
That's deep, bro.
Thank you for the follow, Pumi. I ripped a very tiny hole into my uniform.
You have a uniform?
Oh, I sometimes forget that schools have dress codes. Do you have any tips for connecting the torso to the waist and hips? Yeah, we'll talk about that because we're talking about how to draw bodies into simple forms and turning them into anime bodies, and we'll talk about like connections and stuff. So yeah, we'll talk about that.
Do you make June's hair thing like this? Do you kind of make it like a single piece, like her Hime thing?
Yeah,
Coming out
I
like
make it
that?
a single piece, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
And I split the ends, but
Split the ends, you mean like that?
yeah, like that. Yeah, it depends on the mood, but yeah, most of the time I will split the ends like that. Colton, you should show your drawing because it's cuter. Mine's just a dumb
This is
person.
literally just a demonstration for myself of what I want to do this stream.
Yeah.
Like, this is internal wobbly line. Oh, don't you know this is the new hairstyle trend? This is a new drawing trend. You go
Wobbly line style.
I call this the wobbly the ramen style.
Ooh.
The ramen noodle drawing style. What style is this? Oh, it's the Maru-chan instant ramen style.
Rin asked, do you use a paper-like screen protector? Yes, I do. I do use it.
What's this style called? It's called the fell on the last step and embarrassed myself style. Or just I just use the fox style for short.
The fox style.
How is everybody doing?
Are you guys ready for art class? Actually, practical art class.
Hey, Dahlia, Shady, Espresso.
Maybe the reason why some people don't come to our stream is because it feels too much like school. And then they're like, bro, I just came back from school. Now I have to watch more school. How to do anatomy better? Practice a lot. But I would say get the forms of the body generally correct. Because if you don't have that, then your muscles that you add on top will not look as good. It'll look wonky because it's not placed on good foundation. Which we'll talk about. Should I learn anatomy first or angles and dimensions? Learn both because anatomy, they all like fit together. So if you don't understand general like dimensional drawing and perspective, and how to place things in space, the anatomy doesn't really matter. The anatomy follows the form.
Anatomy is in dimension.
Yes, exactly.
So you can't really do anatomy without being able to work in 3D space.
Aw, thanks, Will. Good. Tired from work, but ready to study and learn. There we go. That nice energy, MJ. So I'm just kind of warming up a little bit with drawing boxes from different angles, which we'll talk about, right? I think it's in the first part of the lesson. Wait a second. This ain't right. There we go. I like to call this exercise the domino exercise. It kind of looks like dominoes, I guess. Is there a tutorial on facial angles?
We do those.
Yes, we do those. We actually have a few streams that are specifically on heads from different angles. And we have these little models to show for it and stuff. Heads are in 3D. So if you know how to draw boxes from different angles, you can kind of reverse engineer the angles. Like, for instance, a side view, no, not side view, like a 3/4 view is just a box turned this way. You see a bit of the front and you see a bit of the side. And you see that ratio, and then you basically transition that into a head. Which is like if you use a sphere. If you take a sphere and pull out the chin and turn this and cut this and turn this flat, you got a head in 3/4, right? This and this is basically the same thing. You got the same ratio happening. Bye, Roman. So let's talk about some poses in different angles. We were actually doing this yesterday. We were doing practice on our own, and basically we're going to talk about how to construct this and then turn them into anime characters like this. I'm excited.
It's a good song.
Yeah, it is a good song.
Did I already add this to our playlist? I probably did.
One thing that it's difficult to draw the eye that is most hidden when the face is in the other direction. Yeah, we have a video on our channel, YouTube channel, that talks about how to draw both eyes from different angles. And yes, because the eyes are on a 3D plane, you will get foreshortening happening. Like one eye will be bigger than the other and it's rotating. So yes, that's very common. Like sometimes with this angle here, you'll see the eye here that's slightly turned, but then this eye is not even visible at all because it's in a partial side view. But actually what a lot of artists do is that they add a little eyelash on the side just to make it feel a bit more three-dimensional. And it's like it's a good cheat. I do this all the time.
Do you think someone who's just started to draw should worry about learning fundamentals right away? I don't think it would be bad. I mean, at the end of the day, you are learning fundamentals partially just by practicing, because you just need mileage. Like, you start to develop the ability to see objects in 3D space over time. You get the ability to think about the design as you draw. Like, getting better at drawing, funny enough, is sort of like just increasing your ability to actually think while you draw.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not even joking about that. Getting better is like, you can now start juggling more items at the same time. Like, you think about the eye shape. Like, when you're a beginner, it's like you pass out every time you draw, and then you like wake up on the other side and you're just like, the heck is that? Like,
yeah.
What did I just draw? Like, I'm not even kidding. I remember when I was like a total beginner, it was just like, where did that come from? Like, what did I even just draw? Like, why did I, like, what? Like, did I, like,
why did I make that
like
decision?
under the influence or something when I drew this? Like, what the heck? And that's literally just being a beginner.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever drawn something and you're just like, that's not what I meant to draw? What?
It's like you get possessed.
Yeah, like, you have an image in your mind and you try to draw it and it just doesn't happen for some reason and you can't figure out why.
And the reason why you learn the fundamentals is so that you're learning how to be more observational and more careful.
And so simply getting mileage, they call it, which is like hours drawing, and will help with that a lot. You'll just be able to stay more like conscious. In fact, there's a book series out there by some really good artists that I like. Their book series is literally called How to Think While You Draw. Or like How to Think and Draw. I forget exactly what it is.
Ooh, Dolly says the submissions for Secret Admirer close tomorrow. Get your submissions in. Yes.
Yes. We do have a Valentine's Day event going on. Signups are open. You can get to the signups in the announcements channel of the Discord server. There are, 80-something people signed up now?
Yeah, it's basically like a big art trade event. Secret art trade event. So, yeah, if you want to check it out, you can join our Discord server through our website, drawanime.com. So, yes, it is the last day. 94 people signed up so far, so that's great.
Nice. Yeah, that's great. A lot of people.
Bye, Katsua. Greetings from Argentina. I was curious how you handle the camera angles when drawing manga characters to make them look super dynamic. That'll have to do with foreshortening, a lot of foreshortening. What are you looking at them? Are you looking down at them? And it'll also, very dynamic illustrations has to also do with your camera. Colton's very good at teaching that. But you would need to understand basic perspective first before tackling the crazy angles, because it's gonna get harder from there.
Good night, Katsua. Have a good one.
Do you prefer drawing pad? Do you prefer drawing pad or drawing on iPads or mobile? We've been mainly doing digital art just because that's just what we're used to.
Yeah,
But
I have a sketchbook,
Yeah.
and I draw on it. But for like stream and professional work and all that, it's digital.
yeah, it's faster. So let me bring in a reference image real quick. I think this one's kind of fun. I saw this pose earlier and I was like, wait a second, that looks really cool. It's like a flying pose. Dynamic, but... There we go. So I think like if you want to draw poses from different angles, blocky is best. Don't think about the details like, oh, the hairstyle, oh, the clothes. Like, think about the bare bones. What's the structure underneath? That's what helped me a lot, right? Because you're not thinking about the outline like this, right? Don't do this because you're not thinking in 3D. And you're also not thinking proportion. I want you guys to see, okay, here's the angle of the shoulders. Is that hard to see, this color? It's a little bit hard to see. Here's the angle of the shoulder. Here's the angle of the bottom of the torso. Okay, that creates a box that looks like this, or a plane that looks like that. Here we can kind of see the top of the shoulder area. Wow, that's very colorful. Dim it down a little bit. And so you're like, oh, so this is what's happening with the torso. Right? Same thing with the pelvis. And sometimes it's really hard to see because there is a skirt in front. So like generally you would have to kind of reverse engineer it. Think about what the torso is doing. Like, does it go out like this, where this is the rib cage and this is the pelvis, or does it bend forward? Right? I think it kind of is more leaning this way. So when I draw this box, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just guess and lean it to the side. Kind of lean it back. And if I get it wrong, that's fine. It actually needs to be even more.
Can you handle switching between digital and physical art? Especially when losing tools like layers? I don't know. I mean, the medium's just fundamentally different. So like, you just do them enough that you're used to both, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I really understand the question. Like, how do you handle it? I don't know. With traditional, you can sketch something with a pencil and go over it with pen and erase it, or you can just draw with pen. And with digital, you just have access to more options. I don't really know if I understand the question.
What do you mean, like losing tools?
Well, you can't use layers.
Like you can't use layers.
But like, I don't know about like handling it. I mean,
I don't know. You just live without it.
You just draw. Yeah.
I would say it's just do a lot of traditional art without the layers and just practice it and be like, how would I get that effect without my tools? And then you'll realize, oh, what if you just...
Do you have other angles of this pose?
I don't actually.
Okay.
I only just took this
What page
pose.
was this on? What book
I don't know
was
what...
it
It was in the flying one.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
Because I don't like that angle very much.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
Not really.
I think it goes towards the front.
I have no idea.
But anyways.
It just doesn't really...
It's not very flattering.
It doesn't really show the form very well.
Okay. Well, I didn't want to show those ones.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
You don't have any other pictures of it?
No. There it is. That's the one.
Which one did you do?
This one.
That one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really show it very well.
Sure. We can just bookmark this page.
Okay.
Because like, the reason they give you a bunch of angles is so you can use them to see the form from other angles.
Yes, that's true. Like a side view.
Yeah, like her torso and her hips. It's actually a very stiff pose.
It is a very...
It's kind of a really awkward pose now that I look at it.
Why didn't I notice this earlier? I just thought that this was cool, but I guess now
I wonder if they have like a bunch of cameras set up to like take pictures at the same time, like the Matrix thing, how they have like a bunch of cameras that all took like pictures.
Yeah. Well, maybe we won't do this pose then. We can find different poses.
I mean, if you want to, you can. You can just stick a bookmark in there or something.
Okay.
But it's up to you.
So after looking at the pose from a side view, it's actually more like this.
Nobody poses like that.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody does.
It's like, it doesn't feel like a pose that you would ever like see somebody in. It would be like, maybe like the Matrix movie,
in a cheesy action movie, maybe. So the torso is actually moving like this instead, and then the legs come out. I think when you're struggling with drawing from a specific reference, you can find like the easiest plane. Colton actually talked about this, I think, the other day, and I was like, wait a second, I need to try that. And it actually really helped. Like, find your first plane. and this first plane, and you're like, okay, I can kind of get a box out of that. Let me think here.
Got a lot of trouble with head angles.
Head angles, huh?
We do
Those are
have
fun.
streams on head angles at times.
Yeah, we do.
I don't know if we're talking about head angles today. We could
I
talk a
don't
little
know.
bit about
We
it.
can talk a bit about it. It wouldn't be a bad idea. I find that if you want to draw boxes from different angles, I always think, what side am I seeing? Do I want to see front? Which side am I mainly seeing? Do I want to see the front, the side, the bottom, or the top? If I want to see the top, I'm like, okay, I'm looking down at it, so I will see this will be my top plane. And if I have a plane like this, I'll be like, okay, well, I can actually see the sides here and the front of the box. And so I will place my verticals. Depends on if I wanted this to be more converged. But here are my
Where's the
verticals
light? Here it is.
going this way.
Yeah. So it'll be like, you'll establish one single line, right? Like this red line, for example. You'll establish that. And then if you're looking down at it, then you'll kind of get this sort of thing right here with the red, the green, and the blue. So if
Yep.
you're looking up at it, it'll be more like that, right? You'll see like the bottom, but if you're looking down at it, you get this sort of thing. So these are all interconnected. Your three axes are always interconnected.
Yep.
They're at 90-degree angles from each other, but they're in perspective. Let me try to make a new layer here. So it's like we can just drop a line. Like, let's just take one line and duplicate it like 3 or 4 times, right? So this line is free. The second line, you can put it here, 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 here. Does not matter. So your first 2 lines are totally free. You can cross them. And then your third line is going to cross these at whatever angle.
That you choose.
Yeah, like this.
That tool looks extremely helpful. Yeah, it's called the XYZ stick.
It's called modeled a block in Blender and 3D printed it and then colored it with a marker for your convenience. Right?
Hey, Kevin.
So this is like an X, Y, and Z 3D space, all right? And so if I come in here and I erase this out, I'm thinking these are 3 dimensions. So a box on this would be like, right?
Follow
There's
the
my X
grid.
and Y. Here's my Z. And what about this one? There's one direction. There's another direction. And then here's my third direction. Let's fix that a little bit.
So the reason why this is important is because you can simplify bodies into boxes.
Yeah.
And
It
if
gives
you know
you a
how to
really
do
good
this,
starting point.
Yes, exactly.
Right? There's this one, which could go like this.
I fear I'm not smart enough to think of it this way.
It's a skill you develop. You
Yes.
don't just like
You don't
do
just
it
like
or
download
not.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like it's not something that's automatic. It's a
not
skill that you
intuitive.
develop. It's an ability that you can practice and train.
Do you record these sessions? I love watching these videos, but I can't stay up all night to watch. Yes, this is on YouTube. Draw Anime Academy on YouTube. You'll
There
be
we
able
go.
to find it there.
And so, for example, the reason this is so important is because you can start with a block as your perspective, and you could just go, here's the center, pull it up, right?
Cute
you
little
can come
treasure
over
chest.
it. Yeah.
This just enlightened me, OMFG. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome.
Right? And then you can take the center, you can pull it up, and then we can loop it. We can loop it over. And we can draw a treasure chest at any angle. Or whatever we can modify a box into, you can draw it from any angle, right? So it's like zoop, zoop. Maybe we could extend this one just a little bit. There we go. Center line, pull it out.
Pull it out.
Zoop. Zoop. Right? And whatever this form can be modified into, which is basically anything, right? And now we can just be like, okay, well, we can have a I don't know, a thing sticking out of the front of it if we want. Or we can modify, you know, I'm drawing a blank of what we can turn it into.
A backpack.
Yeah, it could be a backpack. Right? We could just go.
Little loopy-doos.
Yeah. Yeah, here's a backpack. Right? And we could draw it from that angle. My idea was to put a cylinder on it for some reason. Right? And we can go,
Well, it could be a
okay,
birdhouse.
you know, we could turn it into something like that. So we're operating inside of 3D space, right? And we're rotating this around. And maybe this one's like turned that way. And maybe we can't see that. But if we could, it would be back there.
The draw through.
Yeah, it's like draw through. You draw the side you can't see, or you imagine the side that you can't see.
You know, it's kind of like when you have a character that you cover the eye, draw the eye anyway.
Yeah.
Gives you extra practice, but at least you can hide it, you know?
But yeah, so all you really needed to be able to do is just draw a box. And if you're new to it, you can just memorize a couple of common angles and start with those. You know, like looking up at a box from below. Right? I think Krenz cubes are really useful for this. You can just go like, okay, here's the middle one. Here's this one. We rotate it a little bit. There's one that's rotated a little bit more. Like this sort of thing. Rotated more. So we're seeing most of this side and some of that side. And then it'll flip 90 degrees. Back over like that. And you can memorize these.
Yep.
And use them as a starting point as well.
If you've tried this exercise, it's very hard. And it's very easy to get wrong.
But it's easy to practice it.
It is easy to practice.
It's straightforward.
Yep, very straightforward.
Yeah. So you can just learn. You can like memorize boxes at different angles. I would, of course, recommend you do draw through on them to make sure you understand the backside.
How did you do that so perfectly?
Like that. I've done these dozens and dozens and dozens of times. Now you can imagine if I want to draw an anime head or something, right? I could just go, what angle do I want this head at? I've drawn the box dozens and dozens of times, and I could say, use this as a grid, right? I don't have to put the head inside the box. I just use the box to kind of establish 3D space. I can like clip it through if I want. Just be like, okay, here's maybe a center line. Here's the side of the head. Here's the front of the head. Right? It's like, this is kind of the plane that I'm working with. Right here. And we do that with bodies as well. So we can start with something really rough and loose, just a couple of things in perspective. And then we can move into something more detailed using the box as the perspective grid. And that's basically what we're talking about today, is all this practice that we've been doing over the past number of live streams, where we've been taking a whole bunch of blocky bodies and drawing them from different angles, like all of those. And the heck, where are all these? There it is. It's not there. This one from last night. We can take them and turn them organic and use this as perspective guide. And these boxes, they don't have to be super accurate because you can always adjust later.
So the box would have to be on either the X or of Y or the Y line.
I don't know what that means.
We're probably talking about the XYZ.
Have to be either on the X of Y line. I'm not sure what that means exactly.
Probably or X or Y line. I'm guessing they were talking about your XYZ thingy.
Didn't know there was a connected theme between all these. Yeah, I mean, we're just kind of exploring new ways to teach and explain things as we live stream. We'll test stuff and we like it, and then we'll turn it into, like, you know, something that's more substantial, and then maybe we'll build a class where we'll get your guys' feedback and see what makes sense to people and come up with good examples, and then maybe in the future we build like a class that actually has it really in a cohesive way. But that's exactly what I did here, is I just built this out in a very blocky way. And then I just turned it into a character. But I was using all these as the perspective. So we can draw these from all different angles, right? Like this is one that I didn't finish.
And you could add a speech bubble, and there you have a comic panel.
Yep.
I'm so bored.
Yeah. You could just crop this.
Wait. Do it. I'm actually so excited to see this transformation.
I don't know. What, like this?
Yeah. You could like literally tone it. Oh my gosh, that's a perfect, cute composition.
There's like a little panel. And that back of the other chair even looks like the person in front of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And
This is
she's
a
like,
Photoshop.
Oh my gosh, I'm so bored.
Like a little sigh. Yep.
But yeah. But this, it all starts with like, you know, this kind of stuff. It all starts with this kind of stuff. So that's kind of what we're talking about today.
So if you just decide, oh, I want to see the side, and I want this to be like a narrow box. So I'm going to start with my side and be like, okay, I'm going to see this, and I'll see the front. And you'll start gradually being able to draw different boxes intuitively. Because it's like giving yourself a head start. And then everything, once you've gotten this established, then the backside also follows those same rules. And so when you're looking at a pose like this, you'll be able to see things a little bit clearer. You'll be able to be like, oh, I know how this body works. I can try my best to reverse engineer it. And that's all we're trying to do, is reverse engineer the pose and then turning it into an anime character. So if I were to do this pose, let me do this separately. Let me see. Is this all connected? Yes, it's all connected. I would think, okay, the head's in perspective. So I'll start with one box. To me, I like starting with the head because I like doing, I don't know, I like doing top to bottom. Maybe that's just the way I like to work. But it's also, when I establish the head, it also helps me to establish the other proportions of the body. So I'm thinking, okay, this to me looks like almost like a 45-degree angle, kind of facing down. Like most of the sides are pretty equal in terms of measurement. So this would be my box. And then to make it a little bit more clear, we want to add a bit of draw through because that's good for checking your work. And then now you have your head. Now we're going to look at the relationship between the head and the chest. So it doesn't look like this head, is moving super far back like this, or else the box would, or else the pose would look very, very different. It's not going this way, right? So it's kind of a little bit straight down. Finding the relationships is really important.
I find it easier to find the relationship between two boxes than the relationship between like the world and like just drawing a general perspective grid and then trying to go, where are these boxes inside of that? Like if you just start with one and then add another, it's like a relationship between two things.
Yeah.
That's also how I find lines as well. Is like I go, the red line, it has a relationship with the blue line. And so I'll just draw a line at an angle. And then I'll just go, okay, what is the relationship with the blue line? And then once I have that established, I'll think, what's the relationship with the green line? Right? Or you can even think of it a different way, which is like a sheet of paper, like line, line. There's a relationship. And so all I have to do is basically just go, okay, the line with one tick mark is basically parallel with this one. And then the line with two tick marks is basically parallel with this one. And there's my sheet of paper. And so like this is literally like a sheet of paper, right? Like this. Like I'm drawing this.
Much easier than a box, right?
Yeah, it's like much easier to draw than exactly a box. And then when I do turn it into a box, this is, I'm like looking down at this sheet of paper, right? So this is probably gonna be 3-point perspective, and I have a vanishing point below And so it's probably going to be, you know, somewhere down there. And I can make a guess and just be like, yeah, something like this. Like I just kind of tug these lines down, right? And these are all 90-degree angles to this in 3-dimensional space. Like I'm thinking piece of paper, 90-degree angle to it.
Let's go.
Like that. And I find that this makes it a lot easier to draw boxes because I could just go piece of paper or whatever, piece of paper or, you know, whatever, piece of paper.
I don't know.
And then I can just draw like a little plus sign on it. And I think I'm throwing these pieces of paper. I've fallen down, right? I've pulled a fox, and all my papers go flying. Yeah. And they're all floating in the air. And I'm just thinking, like, am I looking like parallel to them? So one exercise that you can do is you can go like, you can do this. Like as you start to look more down at this paper, right? Maybe we can give like a little vanishing point. This is what it would look like, right? This one would probably be pretty close, right? As we start looking down, as these go below us, this is a great exercise. Unfortunately, I don't teach it very often.
Add some. It's like lasagna.
Yeah, and
Add
so
some
then
filling
as
in
you
there.
start looking up at it, you get this, right? And you get,
Notice that they're basically the same planes.
yeah, right? You get this as it goes up. Is it lagging again?
I don't know. Chad, are we okay? I guess we're back.
Dumb TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay. Right? As it goes up and above us, we're seeing more of the bottom of it.
And now Fox's lag.
Yeah, it lagged for a little bit. I think it's TikTok. It's TikTok's fault.
Yep. In 1 point perspective, when you draw boxes horizontally, does size of the two and so on
Let me just read it.
Yeah.
At 1 point perspective, when you draw boxes horizontally, the size of the two and so on, all the box size increase.
I don't really
sure what you
understand.
mean exactly. I don't actually really know what you mean. 1 point perspective, like the thing about perspective is as something goes further away from you, it gets smaller visually, right? When like if you have an object, right? Like look at my hand, for example. Nice big hand because it's close to the camera. As I pull my hand back, it gets smaller and smaller. When something gets further away from you, it looks smaller, right? It's smaller. And so with 1 point perspective, all of your horizontals are parallel, right? So if I slide a box, like imagine this is you, right? This is you. Here's your feet sticking out, and this is a top view. And you have a box in front of you in 1 point perspective. Look at this distance, right? Do. Okay. Let's just turn it red. That red distance is this unit, right? So this is like box A. This is the distance of you from box. I drew a B. Box A, all right? If this box A slides to the side, right? Let's just take box A. Where are you? And let's slide it to the side. All right? Now look where box A is. Look how far it is away from the viewer, right? Boop, 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 boop. So if I take this line, and this is box B, and I line these up next to each other, look how much longer box B, look how much further box B is away from you. But yet, in 1 point perspective, it's not going to get smaller because these are parallel. So like box B might be way over here and box A is in front of you. But because these lines are parallel, it forces them to be the same size. And it doesn't feel natural. It's like if I pulled my hand back and it stayed the same size. I look like I had a giant hand by my head, right?
It broke it.
Or better yet, you see what I'm saying?
I mean, if you
And so
draw...
1 point perspective can be broken. Like 1 point perspective is like, it's limited in what you can do. If you go too far over here, see, this is like a really wide cone of vision. 1 point perspective is really only good for a cone of vision that's like this. If you go outside of it, box B is going to be artificially larger than it should be.
Yeah. I mean, if you draw 5 boxes side by side, the size of the boxes increases as we go away from the vanishing point.
I'm still not really sure exactly what that means. If you draw 5 boxes side by side, you mean like in front and back?
Or do you mean like left and right? Like if you just, I don't know.
I don't.
It's hard to understand. Sorry.
I'm not sure. So just what I'm saying is like, just understand that like 1 point, 2 point, 3 point perspective, they're limited. They're limited in what they can do. They're actually simplifications in order to make drawing it easier, in order to make calculating it easier. But regardless, let's go back to like the
I would say try it and see what happens, because that's kind of how you're going to be able to tell.
Yeah, and
it's
another
hard to
thing
describe art like verbally. That's why
we're not really gonna get too much into like perspective stuff like this today. All I'm saying is like sheets of paper, like the more, like if I hold this and I tilt it away from us, you're gonna see more of the side of it, right? You're gonna see more of the side. So these are going to be pretty parallel and these are going to be pretty parallel. But as I tilt this away, these sides are going to converge in the distance, and these ones are going to stay mostly parallel. And if I turn it, both these sides and these sides are going to be converging towards each other. So if I go, I want to draw a sheet of paper that I'm looking mostly down at, I'm going to see a lot of the bottom. If I want to draw a sheet of paper that I'm like mostly looking at the side of, I'd probably end up doing something like, you know, like this. Like there's going to be a lot of convergence between these two lines. So I would recommend just drawing tons and tons and tons of these in like 1, 2, and 3 point perspective in order to practice that kind of thing. Because like being able to draw a sheet of paper is super, super useful, because you can always pull it out into a box. And into a box. And this is not like an in-depth perspective lesson. This is kind of just a way to think about drawing this kind of stuff. Like this is not an all-intensive perspective stream, right? And then these could be bodies. Like the head could be right here.
Oh my gosh.
You know, the head could be right here. The head could be right here.
Wait.
And so we're able to draw bodies at different angles that way, right? Like
laying
your head,
down.
right? The head.
That's genius.
A lot of people will simplify down stuff as a piece of paper. And another thing is that it's actually pretty easy to put pieces of paper and bend one side.
That's what
like
I do a lot in figure drawing.
Yep, like hands. So you can do exercises that are like this. And you can practice folding this piece of paper back and forth, pulling it out, pulling it in like this. You know, maybe bring this one down. There's a great perspective exercise as well.
If you struggle with hands and you want to learn how to draw hands with this, I have a video on it.
Yeah, this is a really, really good starting point for a lot of objects in 3D.
Really good stuff. Yeah, no problem. And so kind of going back to like the pieces of paper, instead of maybe if you have trouble with like drawing the boxes, you can think, okay, one piece of paper for one box. Okay, and then another piece of paper. And then you can say, okay, I have this as a starting point now. Now I'm just going to extend the sides. So because just be careful that when you're drawing boxes, your lines aren't going like this. That's not a box anymore. So it kind of locks you in. When you have a lot of experience with boxes, a box can only look a certain way. So to me here, I'm looking down at this box. So that means this will not be happening. This will not be happening, right? That's a broken box. So in order for it to look like a box, I gotta go this way. And these sides will be parallel. This will match with this side. So now it looks like it's in a good position. Maybe it could be a little bit thinner. And then boop, boop. Follow the rules that you've set up for yourself. I think the hard thing about drawing boxes is that you don't know what rules you set up. Or you don't know what it's supposed to look like. And so that's why it's very hard to draw boxes intuitively. So that's why you need to do those, do those 1 point, 2 point, 3 point exercises. Just to get a feel for what a box should look like. So here's another one. Boop, boop. And because this box is basically in the same perspective as this box, this will match this one. Got used to the overlay. Looking at the iPad looks off. Yeah. There we go. There we go. So now we got a rib cage and a pelvis. But I also really urge you that when you're doing this exercise, not to think of this in terms of a body, because then your people drawing or your idea of a person will start shifting this, right? Because we want this to look very blocky first, just to establish perspective, and then we'll change it. So now you got this and you got that. Now you're gonna think, okay, well now how does this box, or how does this leg come out? This to me kind of looks like a 90-degree angle actually, but in perspective. So if you take this box and you just draw like a little line like this, oh, we got the leg extended. And you can just use very simple lines like this. You can think in 1D, like meaning one dimension, which has no depth. And then you can turn this into a 2D form, which could be a plane like this. And then you can expand it 3D. Boop. Like that. Although this box doesn't look very accurate, but let me do that again. And so you're kind of thinking in a way like piece by piece, but also trying to make sure that the relationships look good.
You what, Fox? What the hell? I got used to the overlay looking at the iPad looks off. What? Is that even a sentence?
She got so used to looking at the overlay that looking at the iPad looks off. I'm guessing. But I don't really know what overlay she's talking about.
Is my brain broken? Something going on? I have more problems with intersecting or subtracting boxes with curves. Drawing curves in perspective is not an easy thing for sure, because there's going to be a lot of distortion. Mm-hmm. I can mention that just briefly.
Sure. Do it.
So, I mean, if you draw that sheet of paper again, and you want to subtract something from it, you're on the surface. Like you're going on the surface like this, and then say, you take a little chunk out of the sheet of paper, it could be like that, right? So if we turn this into a box first, let's just go like this, and we want to take a chunk out of the side. We're basically just drawing a new box, and we need to use draw through. Actually, a lot of these things require draw through in order to do. So we are drawing a transparent box, and now we're just erasing out anything that's not that chunk, right? So it's like, here's the new piece of the box, like a Boolean in 3D modeling or whatever.
Intersecting, subtracting, yeah.
And so, like, if you draw a cylinder around this,
oh my gosh.
you just cut the part that's not there, right? And it turns into this, and then that's the surface of it. But it's not easy to do this. Like, you need to be able to draw the box in the sheet of paper pretty well first. Mm-hmm. If I want to cut, I don't know, something like this, I would pull down and pull it down, and I would just
match the curve
or similar. It depends on your perspective exactly, but like for the most part, you'd match the curve. there's a way to calculate it, but I would just eyeball it. But like, there's a whole process to learning how to do this kind of stuff. This is how you like modify forms and turn them into complicated objects.
It makes me realize how dynamic learning art is.
Yeah, so like Christina was drawing 2 feet that were kind of pigeon-toed at an angle like this the other day.
Like this. Eek.
And I was like, how would I get those in perspective as a base, right? Like, how would I know the angle? I would start with a sheet of paper placed on the ground sideways, and then I would pull out like this, evenly on both sides, and then I would pull out evenly on both sides over here and go further, and then I would come up, right? Let's just say on both sides like this. Right, this isn't quite right. And then say, for example, you can come out a little bit right here. And take these pieces. You're just building like a little framework, right? So like, here's a little framework. And then we can take these points and connect them. So let's actually pull this one in a little bit. Like, maybe like that. And like that. So then I connect these points. And there's a sheet of paper that's tilted. And then this one right here is like also tilted. And it's kind of like this, tapered in and over. And then I can use this as my base form to draw whatever else. Feet, shoes, and it's like, here's my, I'll do this actually. I'm trying to save my layers more so, right? Here's the sheet of paper right here.
I do that more often too.
Here's my sheet of paper. So this one's tilted in. Here's the center line between the sheets of paper. And here's the other sheet of paper. Like that. And so if I want that same angle on both sides, right, here's the center line, like this. And then we can come over, zoop, and come over, zoop. Say there's the center line on that one. So it's just a way, like, you start with a box like it's the same skills, right? When I start, I'm just like, sheet of paper. Sheet of paper. And then I could go curve around it. And then we could go, well, let's make this one whiter. Come out on both sides. Like 3-dimensional form. Like maybe it's like a cup that you like squished one end of a little bit, right? Like half of a cup. And so you could come out on the other side and go whatever. Like that, come down the same amount. And so, like, there's your awkward form. And we could trace the surface lines of this. And we end up with a form that's like this. And so, let's say you're drawing a character with night vision goggles on. And you're doing a close-up of them.
Oh.
This could be similar to, like, how night vision goggles are or something, right? Like, one of the lenses or something of them. Right, here's that.
Does Froppy have night vision goggles?
No, she's got like different kind of goggles.
Okay.
Like that sort of thing. So it's like building and constructing things with shorthand and perspective. But it all requires this. Like this is the part that's actually, like, if you can't do this, this is the part that's lacking. Because it's just doing these skills, these same exact skills a bunch of times, right? Like doing this and chopping it 3 times, right? Or twice. Like cutting it 2 times.
Funny enough, Colton actually did draw a bunch of cathedrals back then.
Yeah.
They were fun.
Yeah, I did. One of my perspective finals in the school that I went to, we had to do a big cathedral traditionally on A3 paper and calculate everything, all the windows and all that. But yeah, and since And I was going fast just because the question was a little bit off topic and I could just cover it kind of quickly for the person who asked.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways.
So we established the relationship of the leg. How far does it, what's the angle? And then you basically just do the same thing for everything. This leg here, I like to simplify feet as wedges, so we're going to use that. It's like a door stopper.
I'd like to see it. Oh, that was over 10 years ago. Maybe. Actually, yeah, it was over 10 years ago. I don't have it. I didn't save it. It might be somewhere on an old hard drive, but...
So, if we simplify this to a wedge, you can see the top side right here. It's like slightly to the side.
RuneScape foot.
Yeah, it's a RuneScape
Yeah,
foot.
she's drawing Doc Johnson.
We love you, Doc.
Is that something you say, or is it?
That's the name of settled.
Yes, I know. But when you say, we love you, dog.
Oh, that's what I say.
That's what you say. Okay. I was like, I thought it was something that they say. But in the end, this is also, when you're modifying forms like this, you're also thinking box.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's a box. Just like how Ramon says everything is noodle. Everything's a box.
Yeah.
Wait, that's not right. Hold up. Sometimes it helps a little bit to see. That's not right either.
Perspective is fine.
Yeah.
What you drew is fine.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the form you were trying to draw, but it's definitely a form.
It wasn't, but, we can always just finesse it later. This is good enough, I think.
How long have we both been teaching art? Long time.
Mm-hmm.
I taught art longer than when I built my first class in 2019, so I don't know, 7 years.
I started my first class in 2019 as well.
But I did a lot of one-on-one mentorships with students.
But if you're interested in our classes and you want to get better so that you can draw your own stories, we have our anime art school program.
Yes. We have a lot of this stuff slow, methodically, online, in recorded lessons, everything from the very beginning. It's really good.
Mm-hmm. On our website, drawanime.com. This is also in our bio. It's a collection of a lot of classes. And it's basically like a college alternative. Let's see here. This one is bent. This leg looks bent a little bit. And it's even further in space. It is catchy. I like it. So you're just tilting the box now. And then we see this. I find that I'm rotating the scene. Like if my box looks wonky, like it's just kind of like leaning to one side like this, it doesn't feel like a real box. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna rotate it so I can see that here's a plane, and now I'm like, okay, here's a top side. It's a bit easier to see. And then the foot comes out. It's very methodical. But honestly, it's kind of fun doing this kind of stuff because it makes you feel like you're growing. Here's the foot here. Kind of looks like a little zigzag like this. It could be straighter than what I have it, but more dynamic, right?
You're drawing a Huion. What's your opinion on iPads versus normal drawing tablets? They're both great.
Yeah.
Huion actually sent us a tablet. We used it. We did a couple of live streams with it, and it was great. I actually really liked it. It was the Canvas 16 Gen 4 or something like that. It was a nice tablet.
13. Wait.
13? No, it wasn't a 13.
Canvas. Oh wait, no, it's a
Huion Canvas 16
Gen 3.
Gen 3?
Yeah, Gen 3.
Or was it a Gen 4?
It's a Gen 3.
Okay.
Because that was the.
You
I had to say it a
probably
bunch of
know,
times.
Because you made the video.
Yeah. We do have a video on it though, with our thoughts. But yeah, it was good. I liked it a lot. I would say whatever is budget friendly for you, and as long as it works, I mean, it's great. I feel like these days, these
Gen
kind
3.
of these affordable things are getting more affordable and actually pretty good quality. Swan dive, huh? I think that this box is actually a little bit too small. I'm gonna have to make this a bit longer. This takes time though. Definitely not one of those super fast exercises at all.
You guys ever do art reviews? Been looking for advice? Yeah.
Yeah. We have sometimes done art critique streams before.
Mm-hmm. My body is also made of cube. That's the spirit.
That, yes. Actually, this needs to be shorter again.
Thank you for the follow.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Sheet of paper. Side.
What are you looking for? Reviews on what industry are you wanting to go into? Because like we're definitely not experts on every industry. Only the ones that we have experience with. And even then, I would try to find art advice from a lot of different reputable sources.
Wow. You know how when you're dealing with proportion, you swing out? So when I find like the upper arm, the length of the upper arm, I know that it's by my rib cage. So you basically take your rib cage and you swing out. That actually works really well. It ends at the bottom of your rib cage.
Okay.
So when you swing out from the bottom of your rib cage like that, and it actually matches up pretty good. Swing out from the bottom of your pelvis, swing out. There's the base of the wrist. So if you want to find proportions like that, I like to do that as well. Swing out. Here it is. Swing out.
You want to make
like
comics / manga mainly? If you're going to begin to learn digital art, what's the best starting setup? I would say the best starting setup is just whatever you have access to. But I think it varies from person to person. I know people who went off when they were a beginner and bought like a Cintiq 24-inch and were just like, yeah, I know I've never really drawn that much before, but I think I'm going to get one of those big tablets and I'm serious about this. And they were. And like one of my classmates in FZD, he had before he came over to school, he had a big Cintiq 24. Funny thing, he doesn't use anything like that. He just uses like a MacBook and like an Intuos Medium now.
Oh my gosh.
It was David. He had a big Cintiq.
Oh, that was David?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Before he ever came to FZD, he worked on a really big Cintiq, and then he switched and went to like
Did you
a
guys
small
use that as
tablet.
a shield?
No, that was Ekans.
Oh.
He had the large like this.
Ekans? Like the Pokemon? Okay.
Ekin is his name, and
Oh, okay.
he owned the tablet, so it was Ekans.
Ekans.
That's funny. What apps do you recommend for digital art? It of course depends on the art style. Not really. You can basically work in any art style with any art program.
Apps? You recommend for digital art? Whatever. Krita, Clip Studio Paint.
Krita's free. Medibang is free. There's a lot of free drawing apps.
Yeah.
Ibis Paint is free. Just look it up on.
Procreate. There's a lot of good ones out there. There's lots of good in-depth reviews where people try all of them. Maybe someday we'll do that.
Yeah, oh, that'd be kind of cool. Actually, don't like how thick this is. There we go. So here is a very blocky figure.
If I want to try it before going big, maybe try to find someone who has it and see if you can borrow it, or I don't know exactly. I don't know. I worked on a one of those Wacom art tablets, like the little inexpensive ones that are like that big, for years. I eventually got kind of tired of it because it couldn't really keep up with the speed that I wanted for drawing. The pros are great though. I really like them.
Yeah. Pros are great. There we go.
But I did use it for years and it was fine. I liked the size of it. I worked on a laptop and it was nice.
So we got our blocky figure. Now we can turn into an anime character. This is where you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to have to change a lot of this. Proportion-wise, I'm going to have to like shave it off a lot.
Did you
and
do
body
the
type.
other arm at all?
Actually, I can't find the other arm.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
I would probably try to include it.
You could make.
I could make
put one in
Yes, I can actually put one in. I'll do that.
if you want.
I like it. I like drawing the other arm because it makes it look less flat.
What if she was like saluting or something?
Oh, that's cute. Okay. We'll do that.
Getting into the good stuff now. This is the good stuff that we've been covering.
Mm-hmm.
Getting into the stuff that's, I don't know. I would say this isn't the hard part. It's the fun part. Kind of like it's like rendering. It's still not the easy part. I would say like the easy part is like details and stuff, but
Details, yeah. Like modifying. This is the foundation of your house.
yeah, that is definitely the.
So yeah,
foundation.
this stuff is boring. I mean, I don't think it's that boring. It's actually kind of fun. So I'm thinking we're gonna look if we're turning like this, finding the box in the arm. We're gonna see this side here. We're kind of looking from below. So that's a box that I'm gonna use for this. Not tapering the boxes at all. There we go. And then this arm maybe can go like this. This arm comes out forward. Does that look about correct? This is not right.
No.
No? Okay, it's not correct.
I mean, it depends. Is her hand? If her hand is out
Actually-
here, then yes.
It actually comes out to the side. Okay.
I would say it would definitely go more to the side. I would draw it as a line, like just
That's true.
as a line. Probably go like, where do I want my hand to be? That would probably be okay. I think the upper arm was okay, probably.
Yeah.
Unless you want to change the position of it.
I want to change position of the upper arm. I think the hand is okay. I want it like this.
Yeah, and then that one's like almost going straight away from us, but just down.
Mm-hmm.
And then that one's going away. Any tips on rendering clouds? Clouds have dramatically less value range than you'd think. You're usually working within a really small group of values in most situations. There are so many different kinds of clouds, though. I would do studies of different types of clouds because they look very different. Like, you know, cumulonimbus clouds
The wispy ones
are way different than wispy ones. And, like, there's so many different kinds of cloud formations. But generally speaking, they're kind of like snow. They let in a lot of light. And so the shadow side of clouds tends to be very light compared to, like, if it was made out of clay or something. That's what I have to say about clouds, because I've done a lot of clouds.
Oh, that's such a pretty blue.
I've done a lot of stinking clouds, and not that I want to get like too distracted here, but
Every now and then it's fine. Box. That's a cloud. Minecraft clouds, I guess.
yeah, let's do like a Minecraft cloud, right? We could go pretty light and warm. Just to fill it in, maybe. Maybe like this is the lit side, right?
Oh, that's already so beautiful.
And then
Oh.
maybe the shadowed side has like a lot of this blue in it, but it's really not going to get that dark. You know, we could even go like this. Right? It has a lot of light in this side. And they don't have any ambient occlusion really either. Not much. Right? And then like the warm ground is bouncing up below, so I'd take this and I'd straight up turn it like warm. You know, it could be something like that, like warm bounce maybe from the ground.
But the bounce would not be as bright as the lit side.
Yeah, I mean, and like look at my value range, right? I'm literally using 3 values. Background, or lit side, shadowed side, background. For everything.
Do you guys criticize art on live also, or is it strictly just help from the other members of the server?
Rarely.
We don't. Yeah, we rarely do it.
Yeah, we will very rarely do art live stream critiques, but we do them sometimes.
Yeah. That is one really nice looking cloud. Oh my gosh. I could see you render this all day, honestly.
And everybody's like, "But it's a box." Well,
but it's a box. We'll just change silhouette.
Life gave us boxes today, so.
Oh, it's so. I just want to eat it.
Right? That's one way. But again, this is under specific lighting. If this was a nighttime shot, it wouldn't look like this. But you have to remember, like, look at how limited my value range is, right? I'm really, really, really operating with a very small value range here. And also, like, perspective and everything still applies. So if I have some in the background back here, these are going to be more squished on the bottom. And I'm probably going to have, you know, maybe more of that on the side like that.
How is it so good? Foundation.
Like that. Well, the reason it's good is because, number one, I used a good shape. I've got a nice big shape with a little sticky outy bit. Number two, I've distributed my values. I've got one value group here. I've got another one, and I've got a little one far away. This is close together and far away. That's a design principle. And I'm using a very, very limited value range, and all of my light makes sense. I've got warm light, cool shadows from the sky, and then I have warm bounce from the ground.
Wait, turn it black and white again. Notice that actually the shadow side, even the bounce, is all the same value.
Yeah, I'm turning the edge with color, not value.
Yep.
So like this line is separated by a color change, not a value change. It doesn't get lighter or darker, not in any and people will be like, well, it's like one value step darker. It's not enough to change the value group. And then all I did was I just
smudged.
Yeah, I just smudged here and there to control my edges. Like, clouds are soft, so I'll just kind of render it in a soft way. Just a little here and there. And that's how I would do clouds. In daylight, direct sun, with a blue sky. But if this was a nighttime shot, it would not look like this. Mm-hmm. If this was a rainy day shot, it would not look like this. So, like, you have to consider the lights. Clouds just gobble up any colors around them because they're like white objects, right? So white absorbs the colors of its environment. It's like a copycat color.
Tofu. I'm doing a wait, hold on 1 second. I'm doing a drawing for my portfolio for uni, and this was so helpful. Yay! What's your Discord? You can find our Discord on our bio.
I love painting. Like, that's what I like. I really like painting. It's one of my favorite things.
I can see you doing a collection of just a bunch of cloud drawings, honestly.
Yeah, honestly.
And then you could add extra forms. Is that turtle?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Now do a cat loaf. Okay.
Or what if we did this? What if we like took this, right?
Okay.
Now it's a cat loaf.
Oh yeah, it's a cat loaf now.
Facing away from us.
Yeah. Applejack loaf. No, it's okay. It's a really fun side quest, you know. I actually like the word side quest. I mean, if we only taught like one topic the whole stream, it would be kind of boring. So we like going off topic a bit. Crazy how much that little smudge adds to the image.
It just directs your attention a little bit more. Everybody likes the smudge part. Ooh, ah. But it's not about the smudge at all. It's like, you saw the box I drew in the beginning. It was just, it's boxes. There's their box. There's the box. There's the box. There's the box.
Can we see him drawing a Miki Cloud, Lau says.
Miki Cloud? That's funny. I want to. I like clouds a lot. I haven't done nearly enough cloud studies considering how much I enjoy drawing clouds. But like clouds are super easy. It's literally just you draw a box and you render it with 2 value groups instead of 3. And then you just make sure your temperatures of your sides make sense. They're super, super easy when you understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2 value groups, because so much light penetrates the cloud and goes through it, it lights the shadowed sides, and it doesn't really let you get a 1, 2, 3 read. Like your lit side, your half side, and your shadow side. Like you don't really get that with clouds. You mostly get like 1 and 2 sides. But again, it depends on the clouds. And all I did was go, okay, I got a warm light. The blue sky is filling my shadow, and then the bounce light from the ground is hitting the bottom.
Physics.
We should make a TikTok on drawing clouds.
Wait. Why you can't draw clouds?
Maybe we should just yoink the stream and turn that into like a video or a short or something.
If you want to do that, sure. Are you gonna just do another one, or just gonna yoink it like that?
Probably just yoink it.
Okay.
See if it works.
So if you want to turn this into an anime character, you basically use this as an underdrawing because you basically did all the work. You're just now tapering and modifying the forms. So like if for me personally, I like to make the drawing like super, super light, because this to me, wait 1 second. I'm gonna find the drawing.
This is good stuff.
There we go. This to me, it's not working. What's going on? Okay. This to me, I would get too distracted because my lines will be just as heavy, right? If I'm drawing on top, I'm like, oh crap, I can't like modify things easily. So I will make it super, super light.
Why don't you change the value for the shadow? Sorry, I'm a little late. It doesn't need it. I don't need to change the value. I can show form change through color change rather than value change. You could change the value, but you don't need to.
Mm-hmm.
With clouds, you're operating in such a minimal value range anyways that 2 value groups is enough. 2 value groups, 3 colors.
Yeah. So here, I will simplify the head with a sphere and a little simple mask. This is where my head will end because that's where I put my box. But like, I'm not locked into this box shape. I'm purposely making the head a little bit bigger. But this is where I want my head to end. And I can always change this if I want to. Because this is going to be a girl, and I want her to kind of look more animified, I will consciously think, okay, my head's going to be bigger than my body just by a tiny bit. Well, not bigger than the body, but like it'll be just bigger in comparison. Sure, that works too. Maybe it'll be better that way.
Up to you. It's not. It's still big. It's
yes.
just before it was really big.
Yeah.
It was like the Mickey that you drew on stream recently.
Oh,
that you're like, oh, the head.
That's true. All right, I guess we fit in the box. Because actually, the size is fine.
Well, the box is big.
That's actually true. Yes, the box originally is big.
The box is quite large, and it's so easy to take it and resize it later. Like, if the perspective is right, increasing or decreasing something by like 10-20% is pretty standard.
Yeah. So this is the conundrum part. I'm noticing that my shoulders are really wide now for this body type. So I'm gonna have to like shift all of this over because I'm gonna be changing the body type a lot. I'm gonna be like, okay, I want my shoulders to be narrower. And I will also notice that my whole entire torso is just really big. But we can still use this as a base. Like this perspective of this torso is the same as the one underneath. The perspective of the pelvis is also the same. If I put the shoulder here, it will look way too far. The shoulders actually happen really quickly right after the clavicle. So like if you want to connect the shoulder to the torso, it'll be really close. This sphere here is like a bit of the deltoid. So we'll just use cylinders for now, and then we'll add a little bit of anatomical form.
Here, I'll put that cloud demo in live demos in the server if you want.
I think it was a very good demo. Oops. It's just too big. So at this point, because I'm drawing this as an anime character and it's going to be slightly more finished, I'm going to start like tapering my cylinders. So you start off, or not cylinders, but like my forms. So initially I started off with a box, and then I'm basically taking that box and I'm morphing it to something that's more like this. But instead I'm using a cylinder. But it's like all the same thing, right? You can have a cylinder that's very stiff and all the same thickness, and then you can change that same thing to from a thicker cylinder to a thinner cylinder. You can end it like that. So that's what I'm doing here.
Have you guys ever done 3D art? Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. Well, I've sculpted a little bit.
How do you think I made this, bruh?
How do you think we
the most advanced 3D model ever
made this?
Yeah. Yeah, I've done a lot of 3D for work and stuff like that.
It's easy to resize it later on people who work traditional. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, if we're streaming, y'all better believe we're going to take full advantage of digital resizing and layering tools.
Mm-hmm. Shoulder. I like to simplify the shoulder like a sphere because it's easy to connect the forms.
Hey, Master Magic.
Hey. Hand.
By the way, we are working on getting these
For sale.
yeah, for sale.
It's a set of 5.
Although the male adult one doesn't have eyes right now.
Yeah,
but
these are
we've
just kind of like prototypes.
Yep, these are just the ones we use on stream.
Mm-hmm.
There's that one. Maybe eventually we'll even get them on TikTok Shop.
That'd be so cool.
Female. Male. They're really good for lighting. And angles and lighting.
There's the male head up there, but it's fine.
The what?
The male head, the teenage male head.
Oh,
right
the
here.
teenage head.
Yeah.
There's also this one.
So there's 5 heads a set. That's
Five
gonna
head.
be 5 heads.
5 head? Isn't that a saying? What
Is
is
it?
that?
Are you participating in Secret Admirer?
I'm not.
Nah, Colton's not. I am.
I haven't signed up.
So here is clavicle.
5 head is just a bigger forehead. Oh, okay.
Oh, I see. Here you go. Now I'm gonna have to move my legs up. But because I have this as my reference, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine. I can just look at that.
The ref? Do you mean the ref for the pose?
Oh, this? Sure. I can put it in live demos.
There's been a couple people who've been asking about same face syndrome. It's really the shapes that you use.
Yeah.
Same face syndrome is like you're drawing every face the same exact way. It's like the nose, the proportions, the silhouette, like nothing's really changing. It's like the distance between features, the shapes of the features, the forms. Same face syndrome comes from them all looking like that.
Mm-hmm.
We do talk about that sometimes. I don't know if we'll talk about it today.
I think it also comes down to design. If you use the same design for every character, it's going to come out the same.
Mm-hmm. I have a feeling if you sized up the entire line work, you'd probably get more of a fit.
Okay, let me look.
I mean, I'm literally just. Oh, yeah, are you? Also
Yeah,
on this
yeah,
one layer?
yeah. I'm drawing this all in one layer.
Okay.
Oh, you mean like this?
Yeah, like the entire thing. I would size up the head too, though.
Okay. Let me undo that.
Just because I think you're drawing the body a little bit smaller than the mannequin. that you
Yeah.
drew. Maybe like that.
Yeah.
A little closer.
Yes, it's actually a lot closer.
Because you only drew to the end of the arm, not the wrist and hand.
Right. I think.
Oh wait, never mind.
Well, I think I made the hand a little bit too small. So it's like a lot of his modification.
Yeah, you go.
Okay, this one right here. Interesting cylinder. I'll just do this. But because you already did a lot of the construction, doing this is way easier. At least I have a much easier time.
Fox says, I want to draw Ray. You mean for Secret Admirer? Do you mean you want to be forced to draw Ray, or you want to draw Ray? Because no one's stopping you.
How do you draw knees and elbows without it looking weird? Yeah, so the key with elbows and knees is that if you focus too hard on them, you're gonna end up making them look way too detailed, and it may look kind of like a big punch in the face. So this is how I used to draw elbows, and I would like really heavily overly define them. Now I'm not doing it exactly how I did it before, but I'll have everything that's super simple, but then the elbow will just be like, I'm gonna try to get this right, and then it would kind of look like this, and it would just look very, very, very not subtle. So I think our elbows and knees are a lot subtler. They're subtler than you think. For me, if I'm drawing like a simplified knee, I think of this first. I think of, okay, here's the upper leg, here's a lower leg. The knee is a connection point. It's basically like a little diamond, or kind of like a shield, like this, but on top. It's like on top of the, kind of connecting between the upper and lower leg. But of course, if you do this, it's going to be way too obvious. So what I do is I'll think about this first, but then I'll erase, and I'll be like, okay, I'm just going to pop this out a little bit, and I'm going to add this right here. Oh, now look at that. We got a kneecap. Same with the elbow. The form of the elbow, the way how it connects, it's like a little cone, or like a little box, but it tapers, and it kind of looks like this.
It's a hinge joint.
It's a hinge joint, yeah. And actually the upper arm kind of connects up like this. So sometimes you'll see in certain angles the elbow is really tiny, and then the sides of the arms like kind of and wrap around it like that.
Yeah, it'll look like that from behind, or the front.
Yeah.
That's the silhouette of it. It's like you have like these parts on the side, and then you have this part right here, and it works like a hinge, like a little wrench with a thing in it. It works like the elbow. It works like this. You have like this thing and that, and then this bone hooks onto it.
It's like an action figure? Yeah.
Like that. So you see this point, and this point, and this goes like up and down. I know there's two bones in the lower arm, but you get like that. So a lot of the time you will see those 3 points stick out. Yeah, it's like you will get that.
Purple fox, follow the live creator.
Like that sort of thing.
We got purple and a fox. Do you record your lives? I want to watch, but I'm busy, and the stuff you explain is very helpful. Yes,
yeah,
we do.
We're on YouTube right now. All of our lives are on our channel as VODs in the live stream section. Purple fox.
So if I were to draw this kneecap, I would connect the two cylinders like this. But this looks a little bit awkward, so I might have to like change the forms a bit, meaning like I might have to change the perspective of this leg here. I actually personally like to simplify the leg like this. Like this is a cone with a flat front. So I'm kind of going a little bit away from my original drawing. And then this part right here extends out a little bit. So there's a lot of stuff that goes in the kneecap, a lot of tendons. But if you just think, okay, here's my muscle, my upper muscle, kind of slopes down and bulges over the kneecap. It's kind of like a little eyelid or a hot dog, I guess. Here's like another bundle of muscle. You don't have to draw this, but this is what's happening with the kneecap. That's why there's like that's why it's so complicated, especially when the leg is bent. I was gonna say bended.
Bended. Subtler is a weird word. It is.
It is
It's
weird.
even weirder to read.
Yeah.
Subtler.
Subtler.
Subtler. Does your guys' art program go over different body type?
Yes.
Yes. She made the those lessons, so she would know.
Yeah, I do go over it. It's in the character design section though, but actually it's not a bad idea to add in the anatomy. The anatomy figure drawing class doesn't cover a huge wide range amount of body types, mainly because we were just focusing on the structure and the anatomy, and you would basically have an average to then change. But in the character design class, I do cover the different body types.
So the answer is yes.
Yes.
Extensively.
Yeah.
It's in the character design class. What brush is that?
This is.
You can get it here. Take a screenshot of that. You can go to our site, or you can get it on our Discord server. ! Brush in any channel. That's so long to say. !
Exclamation mark.
5 syllables for one stupid punctuation, dude.
I don't think we're gonna play Draw Me tonight. Maybe some other night, because usually Mondays are our tutorial streams.
We could play Draw Me again sometime soon.
Yeah,
A
maybe
little
later
bit
this
for
week.
fun.
Be fun though. Heal. So, for me, when I connect the feet, I'll literally just like yoink and just add that form right in here. And then to make it a little bit smoother, I'll just like I'm just gonna curve it a little bit.
Boy Sri. I don't know how to read that exactly, but I am glad.
I was gonna say pretty boy stream.
Sri.
You both have helped me so much, and my art has improved so much more better. Thank you. We appreciate it, but it's also a lot in your effort, you know? You've applied the concepts, and you're doing it good.
Pretty Boy Boot Camp return when? Honestly, we actually have a YouTube idea that's probably going to get done sometime, and we're probably going to stream some of it. It's going to be a video that'll be something like, I hate drawing pretty boys, or like, I hate pretty boys, so I drew 100. Or something like that. So I forced myself to draw 100 of them.
That's gonna be a fun one. We might stream it.
Yeah, we may stream a part of it.
There we go. So we got this original, and then here's the after. It's not done yet though. We gotta turn it into an anime character. Kind of just going slowly, step by step. Hopefully this is helping you guys.
I'm gonna send out a server-wide notification letting everybody know that Secret Admirer submissions close tomorrow.
Yeah. Speaking of Miki, I'm gonna turn this into Miki. Let me think. I'm going to go and duplicate this. The good thing about doing this is that you get so much practice at every stage of the drawing, and that's the best kind of practice for me personally. I just like to multitask. And then we'll add more drawing on top. Continue to use an underdrawing. I always like it when drawings have like inner construction, because like that's your brain doing all the work, and now you're like adding on top, and you can actually see what's going on. So every time when I give you guys an assignment on Anime Art School, or even in the live class, I'm like, show the underdrawing, please. Because if you don't, your art's just gonna look like outlines, and it's gonna look like you're guesstimating. So this is just more like to make extra sure that you are constructing. Everything's all about construction. So here is where we can add the surface details, right? We got everything that we need. The foundation is set up. The modifications are complete for the most part. We can still change things at this point, but now we're going to add the pretty stuff. How to give assignments, new here. For our Anime Art School program, which is our school, we basically give out homework, which is talking about, oh, let me think how to say this. The way how our classes are structured is that we give you a lot of lessons and demos.
There we go.
Lessons and demos showing you step by step on how to do it. And then the homework is like, okay, homework is do this exact thing with the exact process that I show you and do like 25 of them. That's how we give assignments. And that's how we give assignments to the live classes as well, which we actually have a live class coming up in February. This month, the 21st. So it's on figure drawing and anatomy, stuff like this exactly. So if you always have trouble with learning anatomy or understanding the body, and you want also accountability and feedback, you can check it out on our website. Loving this. I'm loving this. I love you guys. Thank you. You know, being an anime drawer my whole life, this is actually the stuff that improved me the most. Helped me improve my art the most. So this is where I'm like, okay, I take this base, and now I'm going to push it even more. So what if I want my cheek to come out even further? Yes, I can do that. Still keep in mind the underdrawing underneath.
We've been thinking about stickers for the server, you know?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
We're probably going to have like because June can be kind of masochistic. She's a very competitive gamer, so we're thinking about doing a
She's a sweat.
She's a sweat, and we're thinking, and she likes to like be condescending and think she's better than other people. So we might have like a June, what was it?
June competitive?
No, it was like a
challenge
or challenge. Like,
oh, it's a challenge.
Is that a challenge?
Yeah. Should I be checking checking any channel for the secret admirer thing, or will I be DM'd?
You're gonna get roles after the
submissions end.
After submissions close, and then you will get DMs when you get your target.
So there's a Nikki face.
Yeah, if you guys really want to get better and reach, you know, your art goals and everything, we do have an online program called Anime Art School. It has a lot of different classes, a ton of content, all the good homework assignments that get you good.
Yep.
So if you want to be a sweat, or if you eventually want to make your own webcomic or manga or draw your characters and designs, there's classes on all of that. It's like a college.
Yeah. Basically,
you can check it out on drawanime.com.
Yeah, this is just some of the work that we have you guys.
And we actually fixed the camera, so now the exposure shows the images.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we teach more than just anime, because anime is just a style. We teach the fundamentals, but also give it an anime flavor to make it more fun. So you learn stuff like still lifes, which is super important for like painting, light, and color.
Like, you want to know how I drew those clouds earlier so fast? I talk about all of that in the class. Like, I used a principle called simultaneous contrast of color right here, and I value grouped. I have 1, 2, 3 values total. I have messed with the edges. Here's a cast shadow. Here's a soft form change, right? Like, all of this stuff that I did right here, I talk about it. Here's blue bounce light from the sky. Here's warm bounce light from the ground. Here is things getting smaller as they get further away into perspective. Here is the box. I literally teach all of this stuff in my class, right? Here's that shadow. Here's this box, right? Here's this box. Here's the underside. All of this stuff I teach in my classes. I have lessons on pretty much every single one of these things. I have lessons on value grouping, color change, warm and cool, color theory. And so, like, even just little things like this, you'll just know all about how to make them, because I teach all that stuff in my classes.
Well, this is so important because this is stuff that you rarely get in like a normal art college. This is like industry, like this is what people who are professional artists actually learn.
You'll get a lot of this stuff in a normal art college, but other things are very specific as well. But it's like a college.
Yeah.
in
My
that.
sad trait is that I think I can learn this. You can, absolutely.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
With the right assignments and the right amount of practice.
It's a skill. It's a learnable skill.
It's a very learnable skill.
It's like learning a language. Like if you can speak a language, you have the ability to learn. Art is just a visual language.
Yep. It just takes a long time, but like that's why you need patience. It's like a martial art, I guess.
What is Secret Santa or not Secret Santa? Secret Admirer? I saw that question earlier. It's like a big art trade event going on in our Discord server. We are going to be live streaming the results toward the end of February, and signups are open for the next 16 hours. It's going to be closing tomorrow at 11 a.m. for us. So 10 a.m. Pacific.
Are there any more events that come later in the year? Not sure yet. So far, those two are like our main art trade events. So we have been passing around the idea of doing more like comic challenges. We're like giving a prompt and then checking how people do their stuff.
Actually, that's an idea that I really want to do. I think we're going to be opening, I think, right? This is not locked in or official or anything, but I think Cassie was the one who mentioned, like, what if we brought back challenges, but they were either like monthly or bi-weekly, and people's were actually making a comic, like maybe like a 2-page or a 5-page comic to tell a story, and they do paneling and
I would do that
speech
bad.
bubbles and all that kind of stuff. I think that would be really, really fun. I like the idea of it a lot, because a lot of people want to make comics, but they're like waiting to feel like, oh, when will I be good enough to make them? Do I know what I'm doing? And so like a challenge will give you an excuse to just do it risk-free. I think it would be really fun.
I would have a lot of fun.
I definitely would like to put that sort of thing out there and have a place for people to do that, because we used to run challenges for a long time, and some people would occasionally make comics and they were really cool. What if you just had like dedicated comics?
Yeah.
Maybe we run them for like a couple months. Help drawing explosive steam. Definitely probably going to use motion blur or hatching lines.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on what it's exploding from. I think it would be super fun. I think it would be a huge hit.
I think so too. With how much fun people had with challenges back then, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would have a lot of fun with this stuff. And it's a lot more effort too.
Yeah.
And it's also very on brand with what we want to do as well. So, kind of going to the arm here. I kind of drew this a little bit here, adding a bit of anatomy, but pretend that you don't have that, and you just have like a bog standard, just a really simple cylinder, but you want to add anatomy on top. If you want it to be a bit more subtle, all you have to do is understand the form, right? The form of a deltoid is basically like a rounded triangular kind of shield form. But this, once again, looks way too intense. So you would basically imply the form. It's kind of like thinking of it like a blanket. You would draw the form like this, but then you would put a blanket around it. And that is how you can get a more convincing idea of muscle without overly detailing. And so you can also add a bit of that subtle overlap right here. Ooh. Now looks very nice. And sometimes what people do is, if you want like a more toned look for like a female character, for example, you would just add a little line for the bicep, the separation of the bicep and the tricep. But that's more of like personal preference. But basically when we add more anatomical information on here, we're not like doing scientific anatomy. We're just adding a bit of emphasis to it. So it looks nice and smooth. So here is the connection between the deltoid and the pec, but most of the time you just see this, or maybe even something less intense than that. Sometimes you'll just see them just being combined like this. It's just like one long form like that, and then you'll see the bottom of the arm. That's what a lot of times that's what happens. And then if you're gonna draw like a very simple character, keeping the cylinders also really simple. No excess detail is fine too. Forearms a chicken drumstick, wider on the top, thinner on the bottom. Look how nice and smooth that looks. It's all good, Will. Just happy that you are drawing with us, because that's kind of how you use these streams. Is if you want to get like the most out of these streams, you draw along and you practice the concepts.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you're practicing.
Yeah.
Kat is distraught, telling me about how she's been starved. She was fed 5 minutes ago. This is gold stream, or this gold stream finally found good stream. New algorithm is great. Awesome. Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, welcome. Hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're new here. If you have appeared and you like what you see, go ahead and hit the follow button on TikTok, or the subscribe button on YouTube if you don't want to miss us. Going live. We go live all the time. Lots of fun stuff coming up as well.
This part right here, also understanding where do things like to kind of pudge a little bit. Like when your arm goes like this, you see a little bit of that, I don't know, a little bit of roll. That right here.
It's like clothing almost.
Yeah, it's like clothing.
Squishy.
Squishy.
Squish.
Squish. You see a little bit of squish right here. Here's deltoid. Here's bicep. Here's squish. When things, especially like flesh, connect, you get a bit of that, like, this kind of wavy line in here. This is especially very prominent in like the knee. Here's a squish right there. Here's a squish right here. And this also shows form. So like this right here, rather than just drawing a line like this, right? This is very, very flat. But if you show it kind of rotating around, that's a form line. Look at that. That looks much more sophisticated. Now it's making me realize that art a lot of the time, like good art, is just a lot of sophistication. Trying to make things graceful and not so on the nose. And if you have trouble drawing hands, establish your piece of paper. And then you're basically following all the forms with that piece of paper. You're not trying to draw a hand from imagination. You're trying to give yourself an easier path. Alright, so if the hand's facing this way, we'll see the bottom of the hand. We'll see the thumb. We'll see the pinky pad. And then the rest of the fingers kind of just like overlap. And now we got a hand. Cute. I struggle with drawing clothes and hairstyles. Form drawing is going to help you a lot. How the body works underneath the cloth is going to help you a lot, because that will determine where the folds go. So a lot of the time when you're drawing like hair or clothes, they're not like separate subjects in a way. They're all like connected together. So in order to draw clothes really well, you would need to know how to draw the body and have an understanding of how the body works in order to put the form on top. I think this arm is way too long. There we go. Actually, I should have just done this. There we go. Look, here's a kneecap. Boop. Here's a bit of that pudge. Boop. And then everything's just kind of smooth sailing from here. Always add these overlaps. There we go. And we can add clothes. I don't know if we'll add clothes. Should we add clothes on this? Maybe we should. I think that'd be kind of fun.
How is Dawn to Dawn anyways? Is it good?
Yeah, is it
Chat?
good?
What do you think? Worth a watch? Really good. Amazing. Heck yeah. Dawned on the anime?
Yeah.
The anime.
How come you make it look so easy? It's because we did a lot of practice. A lot of practice, a lot of figure drawing.
Pretty out there, but the story is cute. Good, it's just, icky. What?
Icky. Probably kind of lewd.
2 scenes that people hate. Is it like a lewd scene?
Or is it like just a really unsatisfying scene between 2 characters that are just like, crap, I hate this.
Da 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 da.
Bad theme. Oh, I see.
Do you have some advice for make a different character? I draw a lot. Character no one is good enough to see. I'm not sure what you mean exactly. Like, you don't feel confident in your ability to draw characters? Don is very motivational.
Motivational is an interesting word description.
Dang, we've been watching How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift, the anime, and it's like exactly the vibe that we would imagine if we had like an anime academy.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Anime, it would be so fun. Like an art educational anime. It's all about like working out and lifting weights and being healthy, and it's very informative, and we're just like, dude, that would be so sick to make an anime like this. It doesn't take itself very seriously. It's really educational. It's cute. I've been watching One Punch Man and keep being reminded of Colton's bald head. That's good. The more times you can have an anime ruined by thinking about me, the better. I wanted to play you for the rest of your life. You mean boring character, how to make it more interesting? Like the design or the backstory or... What anime do we like genre-wise? We like a lot of bunch of different stuff.
Yeah.
We'll watch anything that's, I don't know, that we vibe with.
And vibe, yeah. Most of them seem to be more like action, but it just so happens that they're action. So if I'm drawing clothes on this character, for example, I'm not just drawing like sticks flat. If I'm drawing collar, this wraps over. And if this is the center line of the body, that meets at the center.
Is Miki the strongest one in the group? No, I think probably Abby would be.
Yeah.
Like strength-wise of arm wrestling, I feel like Tira would probably beat Miki in arm wrestling because Tira probably goes to the gym and works out all the time.
Oh yeah, she has more endurance probably.
Cried and dawned on in the Momo struggle arc.
I would say Miki would probably have more stamina.
Miki would have a lot of stamina.
She would have a lot of stamina. Like she can just go and go.
She'd be like, oh, I'm so tired. And she'd pull out like a candy bar and be like, ah,
yeah,
run. Mm-hmm. Miki has a lot of stamina and is high energy, but strength, like raw strength, probably not.
Probably not. I think Abby
would
just like
be
among the students, Abby would probably be the strongest.
Abby would be the most likely to practice boxing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, Jake is probably good. Strongest of the girls, probably Abby. But because Jake's a boy, he's probably a bit stronger. What else? Miko would be weak as heck. I don't know. Yeah, she'd just be a weakling.
June would
probably be pretty competent.
Yeah, June would be competent, coordinated. I don't know if her physical strength would be the highest. She'd be the type of person that would be like, see, we haven't even thought like of throwing in a wild card, like maybe June took self-defense classes her whole life growing up, so she like can take people down like.
Oh, that's fun.
Assassin style or something. I don't know.
That's fun.
What about Naomi? She'd probably be relatively strong.
I feel like she'd just be.
She's very weak to falling for guys.
Yes.
She'd be like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Okay, so I think because Naomi has more like baddie vibes, she could like rip out. She could definitely rip out wigs.
She'd play baddies.
She'd probably like got
like,
into
Miki,
some...
play baddies with me.
Yeah.
And Miki would be like, okay.
Yeah.
And June would be like, ugh.
Like, she can definitely throw a cat fight because she has the nails and she's like, she just knows where to grab. I think that's like Naomi's strength. That's kind of what I'm thinking of. It's a fun conversation. I like it.
This is catchy, dude.
I like it. So if you're like drawing clothes like this, I would always think about the body underneath. Like, how does it overlap the body? Where does it like to like connect downward and get overlaps? The breast, for example, will, and especially if someone's moving in this direction, the cloth will be pulled in that direction. So you'll see a lot of this happening. That. And you'll see a lot of hooks happening here. So like that's like the logic that you need to think about. It's not just, oh, how to draw clothes. It's how does the clothes, how do the clothes affect, or sorry, how does the body affect the clothes? So think about that. What's underneath? What's underneath? That's how I would think about clothes.
Kira
Like-
and Naomi friendship moments. They would definitely bond over clothes and makeup and stuff.
Yes. And like outfits and fashion.
Clothes. Definitely.
Yeah. Ribbon would also move this way because more dynamic.
The design would like make a persona for me in 2D, but you struggled. I would look into like a character design class, or even just like look at fashion stuff. Look at how clothes work, how they're constructed, because like a lot of good design just comes from like making believable things as well. Like a lot of the part that makes something look good is just making it believable. But maybe take like a character design class or something as well. I don't think we'll get into character design this stream. We do stream about it sometimes.
We'll get off topic and talk about it every now and then. I think June would definitely know some martial arts,
Oh yeah,
self-defense. That'd be
she
super
would.
cool.
She'd probably play that like sword whacking.
Oh,
hobby.
like kendo?
Kenpo.
Kempo? Is it Kempo?
Is that what it
it's
is?
Probably Kempo, yeah.
I don't remember.
Judo?
Maybe so.
Taekwondo? Probably Taekwondo. Actually, I drew her kicking, remember?
Did you?
In this one of the stickers? Or not stickers, the badges.
Yeah. Is your online class one-on-one class? No. I mean, we do have one-on-one mentorships, but that's not our online class. Our online class, there's one that's Anime Art School, and that one's recorded, self-paced, online. You have it forever. You can go through it at your own pace. And then we have a live class on figure drawing coming up. And that one is, it's not one-on-one, but you do get individual critiques every week, and you can talk or message in the chat during the live class.
Yeah.
Character design stream analyzing Reno Tuna. That could be fun.
That could be actually kind of fun.
Reno Tuna's great.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Very good.
Just extremely well-rounded. Like, they're very good at a lot of different things. Like, what sets Reno Tuna aside from, I think, other people that aren't as high of a level is just their extreme foundational, like, mastery.
Power.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of anime and illustrators and stuff, or like a lot of anime artists type people and illustrators out there who they really avoid like dimensional drawing and perspective, and they kind of like wing it for a really, really long time.
Like
and
the pinup
focus,
artists, for example.
Yeah, like a pinup artist or something. Like they focus a lot on drawing pretty characters, and they kind of just wing the rest. But like Reno Tuna, you can tell they are like highly trained
Yeah.
at things that they will even like rarely bust out in a drawing. You know what I mean? It's like, for all I know, like Reno Tuna could be super good at drawing like cars, and they rarely do it in an illustration. Like,
yeah.
they're so good.
You can just tell like by all the subjects they draw. You're like, oh yeah, this guy knows foundation. He can draw like a rocket.
Yeah,
He can draw anything
for sure. And like most people would just avoid that stuff like the plague, right? They'd be like, well, I don't like drawing this
So I'm not
type
going
of
to.
thing, or I'm
Yeah.
not.
Me.
I don't like this very much, or whatever.
Loafers give me nightmares.
Really high level.
There you go. There's a
One of my
loafer.
favorite artists for sure.
Oh yeah. I actually also really like how he designs. Like he's just very, very flavorful. It's not bland at all. Like you just,
Yeah.
it's not stereotypical. It's just really just pure creative energy.
Reno Tuna's design sense is very refined. It's not like,
Yeah.
it's not gimmicky in any way. They don't rely on certain things to make their designs work. Like most artists, in my experience, they will have kind of like a specialty, or they'll kind of like break out the same tricks, like to make stuff look good. Like they'll render in a particular way, and then it's like that's kind of what makes all of their work look good. But as soon as they have to like tackle a new subject matter, they'll really struggle, right? Reno
Yeah.
Tuna has such a good design or a good developed design sense and like visual library. Like they could work on many different kinds of projects and would exceed. Whereas like if there's like an illustrator who excels at one thing, maybe they would get hired on a project and they would really struggle because they just don't draw that very much. Like, think about how many people would struggle with this piece
Oh my gosh.
from
I
Reno
would.
Tuna, right? Like mechanical object, metal rendering in perspective with the character, right? This is
So
like
much stuff
isometric
happening.
perspective. Very isometric. Not completely, but like you get like a really kind of long lens here, right? Horizon line is like here. He's kind of simplified a lot of stuff and sort of made it kind of isometric, right? Like this right here, this right here. Like you can see kind of like that. There's like a little bit of perspective down here, but for the most part, this is pretty isometric. A lot of illustrators would really struggle in this kind of thing. Perspective, mechanical objects.
Scary. Big scary.
Big scary, and they avoid it for a really, really long time, right? But like with him, he's just like handles it effortlessly. I mean, it's crazy. Like, you know, there's people that dedicate thousands of hours to drawing like motorcycles and vehicles, and he's like up there at that level, and it's like one illustration out of just like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and it's like, oh, a motorcycle? Yeah, no problem.
You should. It looks effortless because if you look at his actual sketches, he draws really complex stuff, even in his like doodles. It's like literally insane.
Yeah.
So cute.
It's definitely the mark of an artist who is not avoiding anything.
Yeah. A fearless artist.
Like they put crazy amounts of time into foundation and studies and body types. Like they obviously have a preference. Like something like this as well. Doge.
Oh yes, I remember that. I think that was one of the first pieces I saw.
It's
of
like
his.
it's a very wide lens, right? You got curvature here. This is like a fisheye lens. This is a fisheye lens, right? And they're like using this circular shape language in addition to the fisheye lens. That's curving all down here. And like this and like that. Like most artists can't draw, or like most illustrators can't handle a fisheye lens very well. But you see with Reno Tuna, it's like
he eats it for breakfast.
Yeah, he eats fisheye lenses for breakfast, dude. Yeah, I couldn't have put it better myself. Right? And you can see that, like, compositionally, the money floating in the air is really, really, really helping assist. Like, this is creating a visual pathway. So, like, they understand fisheye perspective enough. Like, they're lining up objects that don't have to be lined up in order to create the illusion of this circular composition, right? Like, this dog could be facing this way. Like, this chair is, like, helping the perspective. It's very, very, very well done. They're super, super good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, like, sketches that they do for fun. Most illustrators would really struggle unless you have put major hours into that kind of stuff. And just every single thing. Like, I think a lot of illustrators would also really struggle with this piece here.
Yeah.
Because they can't use their anime drawing ability in this piece. Like, they're not, like, this is a...
They can't pretty girl their way through.
You can't pretty girl your way through, exactly. You can't handsome guy your way through this artwork. Like, you have to be a good character designer. Like, the shape language in this particularly is so good. Like, the visual breakup, the dedication to the design. Like, this has a really, really strong silhouette. Like, Reno Tuna is a legit character designer. They're not like, they don't just do, like, you know, anime illustrations. Like, Reno Tuna could legit work on high-level design projects and kill it.
I feel like this guy can even, like, design in a Western.
Yeah, Reno
Like,
Tuna could definitely
that's how
design for
versatile
Western
he is.
projects. You'll see a lot of people who kind of do that kind of style. Like,
Go down.
what?
That one. Cat. Yeah, that one.
That one?
one's super cute.
Yeah, that is cute.
Do you have any advice for a young teen who is starting a graphic novel?
Ganbatte.
Yeah. Start it and learn on the way.
Yeah, just learn from everything you do.
Anyways, I interrupted you about the...
That's so good. Like, Reno, like, a lot of illustrators would avoid the design, like, the more hardcore design elements because it's just not really their cup of tea, which there's nothing wrong with. One of the things that makes Reno Tuna so incredibly versatile is, like, their ability to handle things well that most people avoid, in my opinion. And they do the things that most people are good at, like, just as well.
Yeah.
They've obviously put boatloads of time into scale, proportion, how to scale characters correctly. Like, most people will go, does the body look good enough that it's pretty? Okay, good enough.
Yeah.
And you don't get to Reno Tuna's level casually. Like, this person has dedicated their entire life to this.
A lot of dedication, a lot of hard blood, sweat, and tears, probably.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
For sure.
Like,
I mean,
just, you know, it's like a Kim Jong-gi or something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, just complete mastery over a very broad range of things. They probably knew each other, if I were to guess.
probably. I mean,
Kim Jong-gi knew a lot of people, and everybody knew him, like, of him. I wonder if Reno Tuna has like a book or something.
I would get an art book of his.
I wonder if Reno Tuna ever worked with Super Ani.
Do you use any special tip for your Apple Pencil? Nope. I love your videos, by the way. Thank you. No, this is just a regular Apple Pencil Pro. If you're talking about the brush that I'm using, you can find it on our website. But no, I don't use any special tips or anything.
I can't find anything on it.
Could you give advice for a lost artist? What to do for those that lost that fire?
That's a good question, because that was me for a long time. I mean, I would say for, like, a lost artist, just... You had it in the past. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you've had it in the past, try to go back to, or try to like recall back, why did you used to like it? Like, what about it did you used to? What are you doing?
I want to change the leg.
Okay. That was me. Like, I lost it. I really burned out and got off track, and I had a mentor that was a really good mentor, but I ended up burning out really bad because he was super hardcore and in certain ways. And it was kind of like a double-sided sword, honestly. Mm-hmm. And I was like super obsessed with like improvement and quality and being good that I kind of forgot why I started in the first place. But that's actually part of the reason that we started this business, because I was like really hardcore concept art, didn't want to do any sort of anime style. And then Christine and I were just like, you know, let's like just purely decide what we're going to do based on what we think is fun and interesting. And so when I was a kid, it's like, what did you like as a kid? Right? What did you get into it in the very beginning?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like a lot of it is just putting a lot of pressure on yourself most of the time.
Yeah. Like what's causing the negative feelings and stuff.
Question: are you saying that not being a fearless artist like Reno Tuna is a bad thing? No offense, just want to clarify. No, I just think it's really respectful when someone is fearless.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it depends on your goals. You know what I mean? Like, some people only want to draw cars. I went to art center and there were people studying transportation design, and that was their entire life. All they ever wanted to do was draw cars. They didn't want to learn anatomy. They didn't want to learn how to draw people, and that's totally fine. A lot of them turned into phenomenal car designers. They ended up going and working at like Mercedes and BMW, and like, I think that's awesome and super respectable. But like, I was specifically talking about with Reno Tuna, they just have such a large vocabulary, and it's
visual
cool.
vocabulary.
I don't think there's anything wrong with not having a large vocabulary. It's just when someone does, you're like, holy moly, that's a lot of work.
You can really respect that.
You can respect it.
Mm-hmm. But it's not like it's bad or not. It's not a bad thing. It's more of like, for most artists, including myself, like I like drawing girls, for example. So anything that isn't a girl, because it's a lot of effort and it's a lot of heart, it's like, I just don't feel like doing it, because that means I have to learn a lot of extra stuff that I don't feel like doing. And so that's how a lot of artists tend to treat things. But with someone who is like Reno Tuna, they just do it. And to me, that's respectable, you know? That's like the, man, like, I wish I could do that, for me personally. But if you don't want to, like, it's not like it's bad or good or anything.
You want to take in-person art classes, but you're scared it'll ruin you? Because I think if I force myself to draw every day, I'll get stressed and burn out. I don't know. I mean, I kind of see it as a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like, just let yourself, my opinion, like, let yourself follow your passions. It's like, I wouldn't want to keep myself back from doing something I really want to do out of fear that it will somehow, like, end up harming me.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't really want to live that way, personally. If I'm like, man, I really want to learn this thing, but I'm afraid if I learn it, I'll end up not liking it. Mm-hmm. So I'll never learn it. It's like, I don't know. It's like keeping myself back from potential new experiences out of fear.
Yeah. Well, I would say do it for the experience, not for like, what if this is going to happen? Because
just try it. Just like, try honestly.
It. Yeah.
It just feels very like, almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like, I'm afraid that I'll end up not wanting to do it, so I'm not going to do it.
Well, you're in that mindset already, so yeah.
Kinda, to me, it's like that. Like, if you burn out and quit, is that better than having never started?
Well, another thing is you may end up burning out and quitting potentially without even having taken a class, you know?
Yeah, just my 2 cents on it personally, because like, I have had that mentality in the past, and it's like, the world has so many cool things. Like, you'll never run out of things to try. Mm-hmm. Like, you can get into so much stuff. Like, your life is not long enough to try everything, like all the cool stuff. So I'm just like, I don't want to like self-sabotage and not allow myself to try things, because like I already don't have time to try everything. Like I don't need to like artificially increase it even more.
Yeah.
But I think it would be great. But also like you could like suspend yourself from, like, let's say you take an art class and you have a teacher that kind of sucks, right? It's like not caring too much that you really let that get to you.
Mm-hmm. You're like, okay, I can understand. It's like seeing it from a third person point of view. Yeah.
There's like a balance to it.
You're
right?
like, yeah, I don't really like the teacher, but that's not, but I can still do what I want.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't have to go as hardcore. And who knows? Yeah, it's something that turn out differently.
I mean, yeah, you could take an art class. Don't draw every day. Like, so?
I mean,
like you don't have to.
It also depends. Like if you're taking an art class and it's just like as a side hobby, treat it as a side hobby, I guess.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to it for college and you have to keep your grades up for like a scholarship, that's a different mood, you know. That's a different thing. But if it's purely for yourself or your hobby, for the experience.
I know in the original reference image, her arm is very far back and all of the wrapping lines would be going this way.
That's why it looks weird. Thank you. Thank you for pointing that out. I was like, why does this look weird? All right.
What does her sleeve do? Yeah, her sleeve wraps that way.
Bro, I did this wrong. I put it in the wrong perspective. It's common.
Totally fine. I wouldn't even undo the whole arm. The wrist is right.
Oh, wait. Yeah,
or
wait
like,
a second.
Maybe. I would
Hold
probably.
up.
I mean, that's a nice looking hand. You just reverse the wraps.
Yeah, reverse the wraps.
I feel like the length is right.
So it's like this. Okay.
And the scrunchie could help with the perspective of it.
Yeah.
Because like if it's a good shape, you can always change the perspective.
Okay. That looks way better now.
It still feels like it's coming out quite a bit.
I think it's just even the foreshortening of the
like
lens.
the cylinder almost feels like, rather than like this, it could be like out more.
Okay.
Or maybe even like, I'm not sure.
So more like that.
Maybe.
Okay.
I would really look at the reference and go, this to me doesn't feel like a huge ellipse. It feels like a kind of ellipse.
Okay.
Not kind of, but like
a narrower.
It's almost like you're looking at it in a side view.
Okay, I got you.
But I think that the arm itself might. I would probably rechart out exactly where the arm is now that I think about it.
Like I think
something about that feels kind of strange now.
Yeah. I'm just gonna redo it.
Sure. Especially since you can't change the camera halfway through.
Yeah.
You added a curve.
I did.
So that's gonna make the foreshortening happen a lot faster.
That is true.
You basically switched from a wide lens to kind of like a fisheye, which is fine. I feel like fear is one of the biggest killers of passion. Is because like most things that people are afraid of, there's no actual like real risk. It's like the risk is the thing that is guaranteed to happen. With like the more that the fear increases, like what you're afraid of also increases in likelihood a lot of the time. I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm afraid I'm not gonna like art. So it's like you try to protect it as much as you can. And by protecting it, it prevents fun. Or like it'll prevent exploration and freedom and looseness. It's like I think fear really, really kills like looseness.
It does, because it stiffens
like,
you.
It's like as like a stiff thing. It's like whenever people draw and they're afraid of drawing bad, that always stiffens up lines. Like you find like the best like level, like the highest level artists, they have just like this fearlessness about it. I just found that from my own personal experience, and I've been teaching people for a really long time. And it's like, I'm not saying to do everything, because like that's not really what I'm saying at all. Like I don't think people should do everything. I think they should be willing, or they should be
take a chance,
careful of not doing something out of afraid that it might ruin something for them.
Yeah.
Because they may end up ruining the thing anyways. Just buying.
Having that initial fear already.
Yeah.
It's a fun song.
I'm not really wording it very well.
I get the vibe though. I think you're wording it pretty good. I find that making like a personal challenge out of pure passion helps me a lot. Like for me, if I'm doing a drawing like this, I'm gonna be like, man, I'm gonna make this the best I can make it. I'm just working on like a cute little Mickey drawing. I'm like for my personal work, the one that I showed you earlier, and I was like, I'm gonna make this gorgeous. And so out of that pure passion, you're like, I want to find every resource that I can to make this dream come to a reality. Like that kind of fuels me. Like I remember having that same feeling as a kid where it's like, man, I'm gonna make this super like most beautiful looking doll character that I can ever make right now. And then that would fuel me because I'm not thinking about it like pressuring. I'm not thinking, oh, if I don't do this right, I'm a failure. I'm just thinking, I just want to go all out, you know. Have you guys ever thought about making your own manga? Yes. We want to make one so bad. At least I want to make one really bad. And we're actually wanting to train for that, make drawings and practice hard for it.
I feel like adding like a little balloon or something to this could be kind of fun.
Oh, that's so cute.
What genre would you make? I don't know. I don't think we'd go in a specific genre. We'd just do what we like. Like if it turns out to be more action heavy, then it's just more action heavy.
Maybe this one's like underneath of the cloud in the distance or something.
I like that. Oh, thanks, Will.
I don't know.
I like it.
I'm trying to like really keep my values grouped as well. Like you can see that like I've added a fourth value, but this value right here is actually the same as the background.
Wait, that's genius.
So it's the zipper zigzag. There you go. Or I could not add a fourth value, potentially.
Do you think this arm feels a bit better now?
Yeah.
I think it's matching the camera more. What's your favorite manga and style? I like Junji Ito's work. I don't think I have a favorite. I don't really have a favorite. I mean, I would say Clamp has a really good style. I've always liked their work.
I wouldn't say it's probably your favorite
It's not
because
my
when we were
favorite.
looking at it at the store, you didn't want to buy it.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't know. I don't really have a favorite. I was very inspired by Clamp back in the day, like back when I was younger. And I would like basically save every single manga page that I could find of theirs. But now I'm kind of like, yeah, I like it still. But I've also, I think, grown in my tastes. But I think their drawings are great. Well, this is fun to do. I like it when you add the drop shadows, Colton. So I'm kind of like inspired by you when you do that.
The dark drop shadows?
Yeah, the dark drop shadows. I like it when you do that, so I'm doing it.
I like that graphical element a lot of the time. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Another thing about Reno Tuna is that he's extremely versatile in terms of like style. Because like a lot of people when they're beginning, they think like style is this thing that you like fall into that you can't break out of. Like, and to an extent, there are certain shapes and things that you learn that are like kind of habit, right? Like the angle of lines that you tend to use, and there's exercises for helping expand that. But Reno Tuna's style that he draws in, it's like a decision, and you can tell because if he changes his style, like this image, for example, this is a completely different style.
Sailor Moon.
This is like the style, the shapes, like you can tell it's his work, but it's like in a very different style. There's very different decisions being made. The way he renders things, the way he shows the line work and all that sort of thing. Like, and he can do this. Like, he could make an entire book in this style if he wanted.
This is definitely inspired by Sailor Moon.
I think a lot of people have like misunderstandings about style. They think like they find a style and then they're like locked to it. Like oh my gosh, I found my style. It's almost like buying a car or something, or like it's like I have a car, this is my car, it's not a different car. But like style a lot of the time is something that is very flexible. It's like a series of decisions. You can change those decisions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Christina used really like black in the shadows here to show drop shadows. She didn't have to. And a lot of people would be like, oh my gosh, I love your style. And Christina would be like,
I just tried this
isn't your style. Like,
Yeah.
This isn't my style. Like, I mean, I could continue drawing in this style.
It's not they think of style as an identity.
Yeah. Like a permanent identity. Like I can guarantee you right now, like someone like Sam does art, he's got like a very distinct style. But I guarantee you he could draw a picture relatively easily that looks like it did not come from him. He just kind of prefers a certain look.
Yeah.
It's like a series of conscious decisions, and like the stronger foundation you have, the more versatile you are with it.
Yeah.
And I know because I worked on a bunch of different projects with a bunch of different styles. Like I went from working on like realistic AAA games with photo textures to Bakugan cards within the gap of one single project. Like if artists couldn't change styles, then game studios would only be able to hire artists that have their exact style.
Well, here's another thing is sometimes what I'll notice is if an artist, like a beginner artist, sees someone else having a similar style to theirs, they get very depressed.
Yeah. Like, I totally know what you mean.
Yeah.
Style can be influenced by medium. It can be influenced by, like, a lot of different things. But at the end of the day, it's like, it's a series of choices.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you know, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a game like rip to a game with a really specific style because they'd never be able to find an artist that could do it. You know?
Yeah.
And you can definitely get better at styles. Like there's people who practice for a really long time to achieve like a Disney style, or there's people who practice for a really long time to achieve like the Blizzard or League of Legends style or whatever. Like,
yeah.
I'm not saying that styles are easy. I'm just saying that like there's something you can change and you can practice, and you're not locked to it for sure. The stronger foundation you have, the more flexible you are as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like Riot Games style, yeah. Like I have a couple friends who work at Riot Games, and they didn't always work there. They like a couple of them used to work at Blizzard, and you change your style a bit. Like they literally have. That's why projects have style guides. Like almost every professional project I worked on had like a large PDF document explaining to the artist what to do. When I worked on Bakugan cards, they had like. They told us what line weight to use. They told us like how the characters, how the monsters should be positioned on the background. Like if style wasn't something you could change, that wouldn't exist. Like you wouldn't be able to have style guides like that. They have like these big sheets, these big PDF documents, and they're like, we are this, we are not that. Don't do this, do that. This is how metal is rendered in our project. This is the darkest this gets. We like to use this for the shadow color or whatever. Because like artists will have a style that doesn't match the game or project they're working on, and you'll read the style guide and be like, oh, okay, and it'll take you a week or two to get warmed up to the style and get used to it, and then you'll be working in that new style in no time, where you work on the project for a year. I feel like that's one thing that's like very hidden from like the amateur art community. It's like when you talk to like other professional artists, like they all know it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
It's
understood.
Yeah.
But when you talk to someone who's like hasn't worked in that world, they kind of like use different language.
Yeah, or they have different ideas of or perspectives.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of misconceptions about like the professional art world. Like the versatile professional art world, because
Yeah.
it's like kind of ish true, but not really that big of a deal a lot of the time. And there are absolutely game studios that won't hire you if you don't have a style similar enough,
Yeah.
like for sure. And then you can practice and build a new portfolio and study. But also, there's also game studios that don't care at all. They'll give you a single art test, and you'll be able to pick it up pretty quick.
This is not right. Okay, there we go. What should she say? Mickey Beaky on the way? Yeah, I'll do that.
Try Anime
Beaky to the
Academy.
rescue. What?
Something about Draw Anime Academy, maybe.
Sure.
Some people think of styles as cutie marks from My Little Pony. That's pretty funny.
That's funny. I have no idea what I'm doing now. They look.
What is this flow?
Wait, that's not right. Alien. Well, this was fun to do.
It was pretty fun.
I hope I didn't bore y'all to death.
It was fun.
Oh, that's a fun pose. The back one.
That?
Yeah, it's cool.
That is fun.
Cute alien. Yeah.
And people also think about style way too early.
Yep.
Like, generally speaking.
I would
like,
say-
I mean, I had a buddy who wanted to work at Blizzard, and so he thought about it from a very early period because that's what his goal was. Some people do that with Disney, but you take all the same classes as everyone else.
Yeah.
You'd say what?
For the majority of people, when you start thinking about style, it's too early.
Yeah, like, I wouldn't think about style until you're at least a couple thousand hours into practice. Like, it could be a fun thing to think about at times. But, like, I'm talking, like, thousands of hours in until style becomes, like, a necessary thing to start thinking about. So, like, you could go your entire life as an artist without ever thinking about style.
Yeah.
It's just not that important of a... Like, it's not bad to think about it. It's just not really that important
Yeah.
to getting good.
Well, a lot of time, the idea of style will hold a lot of people back from drawing. Because they'll be like, I haven't drawn. Well, it's more like, well, I'm not going to draw because I haven't found my style yet. And so like, what's the point of doing a bunch of art if I don't know what I want?
Or like they'll stress out about it. They'll be like, oh my gosh, I haven't found my style, and
should I keep drawing? You know.
Yeah, it's like.
It's like that. So when people ask like, oh, what style should I do? It's too early. Generally it's a marker that it's too early to think about. So it's like, practice your fundamentals. Just keep drawing. Find what you like, because that's gonna determine the style naturally. And just keep on drawing. And because something that I've realized a lot is my style just morphed as I got better. And
well, most of what makes a style look good is just good fundamentals, like good foundational skills. People be like, oh my gosh, I love Reno Tuna's work so much. I love this piece. And it's like a well-drawn fisheye lens. Yeah.
Yeah,
or it's
exactly.
like, oh my gosh, I love that piece. It's just like properly drawn and rendered folds and it's well value grouped. You know what I mean? It's like, that is the fundamental. Like, people like separate fundamentals from style, and it's like, now what makes a style look good is fundamentals. Like, correct perspective, correct proportion, like good design, shape language, storytelling, you know, a line of action. It's like a lot of what people think as a style is just part of the fundamentals. People will think like, oh, fundamentals is like a bunch of like boxes, and like, I mean, a lot of it is, but there's fundamentals on all kinds of stuff. Like, you know, I could draw like a thing on the ground, like a rectangle, right? And I could apply some fundamentals of design to it and be like, all right, what if I wanted to like pull this side up in an interesting way? So I could go, maybe we make like an interesting curve like this, accelerated curve, fundamentals of design. And then this one, I could go, maybe I tug it up like that. Like, you would take this in a fundamental class. So we got like this. Like, that's kind of what I did with that anvil, right? So it's like, if you're pulling the lid off of a box of something, like, let's just say this is a something, and you're like tearing it open. You know, maybe the shape could look something like that. And I was like, this to me is a relatively interesting shape. We could even add a backside to this by flipping it over and be like, okay, maybe we go like that. So you've got a curve, an angle, a point, and an accelerated curve coming down. And like, the way that people implement that would be like their style. But you wouldn't develop this by practicing style. You would develop this by taking a design class. And you can learn this. Like, it's a learnable thing, right? It's like, straight lines are bold, and like curved lines have character to them, and how the line curves influences its character. But you learn that in a design class. Like, this is stuff they teach in classes. It's like, Will Weston calls it wonk, like how you curve and adjust your lines. But like, I took a class by Wouter Tolp. You did too.
Yeah.
And he talked a lot about this, like how to make something look funny, or how to make something look more interesting. It's a learnable skill. Like, there's principles behind it. But like, a lot of people, when they're starting, they think it's like this thing that you just like kind of like develop by trying a lot. And you do, to an extent, but it's more, there's more of a logic behind it than one might think.
You can actually like mathematically calculate and replicate it, you know?
Yeah, like, people go, like, that's why people can paint over your work and make it look professional, is because like, they could go, like, I used a long, slow curve right here. I used a curve that compounds into another sharper curve right here. And then I did the same thing basically on this side right here. We've got like a sharp curve right here, and then it turns into a long, slow curve. It's 2D design. It's like 2D versus 3D thinking. There's lessons on this online. I think Vizine did a really good job on their YouTube video about it. They have a video called like 2D versus 3D thinking, and it's boring and nobody watches it because, I mean, it's not boring. I think it's interesting, but like, it's boring for like beginners
who want to draw flashy stuff.
Because like these principles are what makes, you know, the other stuff, like the flashy stuff like this, look good. And then everyone's like, oh my gosh, I love that style. And it's like, I want to be able to do that someday. It's like, sure, I can tell you the exact design classes I took to learn this stuff. Why I make one fold large and another one small, like that.
Yep. It's almost like fundamentals. Like art can look like magic, but the fundamentals kind of breaks the magic in a way.
Yeah.
Breaks the illusion of magic, you know, because it's
Yeah.
actually attainable through a bunch of
And one
practice.
of the issues as well is that there's a lot of beginners online who parrot like what they hear. They'll say like fundamentals, but they don't really know, and so they'll tell other people. Like you'll see posts on TikTok, people are like, I want to learn art, what do I do? And people be in the comments, learn fundamentals. And it'll be kind of just like,
Do you know the
okay,
fundamentals?
like, yeah, like what? Okay, what are they? And they'll be like boxes, or it'll be kind of like a watered down version that doesn't like give the whole picture or whatever. Which is like, you know, I'm not
You start somewhere, you know.
like, you start somewhere, but if you want to get good at art, like I would, you know, learn from someone who knows what they're doing. Practice
I would
a lot.
definitely not ask TikTok because there's a bunch of random people. I mean, I would even go as far as to say ask a professional artist what you should do.
Definitely.
But it's hard to find sometimes. But
Well, there's so many really good artists out there who are willing to give advice. There's just no reason to get advice from a beginner.
yeah,
Not when there's an overabundant. It's like there's so much like good, delicious, healthy food out there. Like, why would you eat something that's like really questionable? Like, if there's just like an overabundance of clean water, why drink something that like might be dirty?
yeah.
Kind of the way that I look at it. Everybody's got an answer.
But I also think that that's why there's also a lot of contradicting information, is because, well, for one, like learning art, there's no right way to learn art. You just start somewhere and then you just keep on learning and you pick up skills. But also is that sometimes the advice is spoken so, how to say it, subjective. Things that are subjective are spoken with so much confidence and like it's treated as gospel that it feels contradictory. Does that make sense? It's like, oh, learn anatomy. Okay, that's one way that you can start, but it's not like the way, you know?
There's a lot of correct ways.
Yes.
There's also a lot of like ways that end up holding you back too.
Are there any non-art channels like science or physics that helped your art?
I mean, in general, yes. Like, the more well exposed you are to the world, the more creative you tend to be. I wouldn't like consume art as a sole way of being creative. Like, I think that's actually that's a really good question, because I think the answer is yes, all of them. Like,
Anything.
seriously, like, your art is going to be influenced by your general interests. This was a really big topic that came up when I was a student in going to school for concept art, is because everybody came from a unique background and had different skills and experiences. Some people were engineers, some people were, whatever, did all kinds of things. Some people were in the military. Some people, like Kim Jong-il was in Korean Special Forces. And so it's like, his experience there contributed to who he was as an artist. So, like, I think the answer is absolutely yes. Mine may not be the same as yours. I grew up and I had horses and I built tree houses and I ran around a lot. I lived on the edge of a national forest. I did a lot of building with my hands. I dug a bunch of holes. And so, like, and I was around tractors and motorcycles and dirt bikes. And so that really affected how I developed as an artist. Like, I watched a bunch of certain kind of videos. growing up. I watched certain kinds of movies growing up. And so I'm really inspired by certain things. And that's what, like, really, I think that's what contributes to the style most of all. Your decision making and everything.
I can ask a question. I want to become an animator, and now I'm learning how to draw. Tips. Keep learning how to draw.
Yeah, I mean, we don't do any animation, but a lot of the fundamentals overlap if you're talking about 2D animation.
Yeah.
But perspective is perspective, you know, figure drawing is figure drawing, thinking in 3D, learning how to pose,
Learning how movement works, how to draw the movement. Like, that all also bleeds into animation. Shape design and how hair moves and how the mouth moves. How specific shapes are formed when you move, like when you say a different letter. I have to draw it.
Yeah, but I mean, you can come here and hang out because we teach art all the time.
Yeah.
I guess we're in that part of a stream where we're kind of just yapping and not really doing art tutorials so much.
It's kind of chill. I like it.
It's like if I draw a ribbon like this, for example, and I just do a curve like this, right? Let's just go. Zoop. Maybe I could make that curve more interesting by, instead of making it like a symmetrical C curve, I could go, well, maybe it kind of starts and it comes out and then it kind of goes up a little bit subtly. Maybe like this, right? So it's like it curves, it sort of flattens out, maybe it curves again. And then I could do something similar to this one and go, maybe like this.
Ooh.
You know, maybe this side on the far side could actually go down a little bit more. So it's like up, down. Like that's a more interesting shape. And you actually, these are not perfectly parallel. Like you have different shapes. And this side, this inside is now like kind of more interesting. Like this negative space, like all of this, to me is more interesting than if it were just like a symmetrical shape. And so like this comes up and it curves right here. This comes up and it's a smoother curve. And it's asymmetrical. And so like this, just drawing ribbons and being really conscious of the shapes and directions that you're drawing lines in can really help just improve your design in general.
Yeah.
For sure.
I want to start drawing. What will you recommend to learn, traditional or digital?
Either or. It don't matter.
Basically just draw as much as you can, traditionally or digitally. What are some books you would recommend for a beginner who wants to learn how to draw sci-fi? Sci-fi?
Sci-fi, huh?
That's kind of fun.
Let me just think for a second. I did sci-fi relatively often when I was a concept artist. I'm just trying to think of like books. Sci-fi is hard, by the way. Like, it's a really, really hard thing to design. I don't know. Maybe look at some of Sparth's stuff. Sparth. He's a French designer. He works on Halo, and he like is one of the most recognized sci-fi artists. You know, Sid Mead is really good. He was a designer, a transportation designer from way back in the day, super famous in the design community. But I know Sparth has like his own art book or whatever. I don't know if I know of any books that specifically teach sci-fi, like design. Look up I'll type a guy's name, Alex. Look up him. He teaches a lot of sci-fi design. Really, really good designer. He has some YouTube videos talking about sci-fi. It's really your same principles of design though, like big, medium, small, close together, far away, simple and complex, unevenness, asymmetry.
Well, what was that video that you had me watch a long time ago? About sci-fi?
Yeah.
That's
by
the
that
one.
guy
Oh,
that
okay.
made
Oh,
it.
yes. Okay, I didn't know that was him.
He has a video called Common Sci-Fi Mistakes, I believe.
That's the one.
It's a good video.
It was so good.
It's a really good video. Sci-fi is very difficult to design for, just because it doesn't really exist.
You're trying to make something believable that doesn't exist. And it's also mechanical, which is also hard.
Sci-fi a lot of the time is based on very graphical shapes. It's almost borders on abstraction a lot of the time. Most of the time sci-fi designers, like, you think about the construction of objects, like how is this object built, where is it put together, how is it manufactured, but you use shapes that work well together. It's really your principles of design, right? Like repetition and scale, and like a lot of these different things in all design, like unevenness and breaking like the box and creating interesting shapes and making sure that you got good big, medium, and small shapes, and things work together and feel cohesive and consistent. It's hard to explain exactly, but look that guy up. But I did work as a sci-fi designer for a considerable amount of time. I worked on a bunch of different sci-fi projects. And I did a lot of design like this kind of thing. A lot of it is shape language. Like, it's very, very heavy with shape language, right? Like some of this kind of stuff as well. Those both had like kind of a triangular-ish shape language. And they'll create like style guides and reference guides as well. So like you'll go, okay, like what is the shape language that I'm going to be working with? Maybe it can be something like, I don't know. You go, okay, so like for the main part, we could have like this, like a corridor or like something, right? And then we like, okay, we'll subdivide it. And then this subdivision will have maybe a little bit of repetition in it, like this. Maybe we'll thicken it out a little bit and come back in here, so we're not staying the same exact thickness everywhere. So maybe that's like our kind of first level of shape language. Like this could be a 3D form. I'm just kind of designing out the shape language in general.
Ooh.
Right? Maybe we come down here and go, okay.
That's cool. Wait, what is this supposed to be again?
It's just an abstraction.
Oh, okay.
It's like just an abstract form. We could apply it to anything. We could turn it into a door. Like, you know, the door could open. We could turn this into a panel on the wall. We could turn this into a shape on the ground. So like, for example, you know, maybe this is what the room looks like from the top. Like sci-fi is very abstract a lot of the time. So like this could be some sort of something. It could be the end of a staff. It could be a representation of a head, like some sort of sci-fi demon or something, right? Like, like this could be the head of a staff. So if you're designing like a sci-fi staff, I actually did some weapon design for Anthem now that I think about it. It was, you know, like this could be a staff, and we could go, okay, well,
Please don't spam DB Tunes. We see your question. I don't know what that is.
yeah, I don't know what that is. Right, this could be a staff. This could be the top of the map of a spaceship. This could be the end of an arrowhead. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's very abstract. It's like seeing shapes in clouds almost. And then you could go, what's the construction? Okay, so maybe there's like, I don't know, a rivet, some construction right here. Right there. It's kind of neat.
What program is this? This is Photoshop. It's a fun song.
Right, so let's just say here's a soldier, and this is them standing next to the alien artifact, right? And this is like some sort of a what? There it is. Right, and this is the wall. And maybe there's like an alien inside of here. It's like a cryopod or something, right? And like maybe this is the windshield or the place where you can see through, right? And there's like someone inside of here, right? So here's like their arms.
It could be like a embryo developing aliens or something.
Yeah.
What app do you use to draw? Colton uses Photoshop. I also use Photoshop, but on stream I use Procreate.
You know, you could make like sci-fi corridors. And you just break it up like pretty logically. You could go like, you know, okay, here's like the side of a corridor. And we'll just go, well, I'm not going to put something halfway. Maybe I'll put it like here. So like maybe I'll have a split in some panels right there. And I'll have a panel here. And then maybe I'll have a shorter panel. And then maybe I'll have a long vent. Right? And maybe this vent will kind of go in like this. And then on that, we'll break this up. And there's some sort of a thing right here. And here's my vent. Like that. This goes in, back in there. Right, like it's like breaking things up in an uneven way. Like I don't want this to be the same size as this, to be the same size as that. Maybe we can have a scale reference. So like a person, maybe look like this. We can also like pop things out a little bit. So maybe we'll pop this out three-dimensionally. Change angle. We could have maybe like a pipe or something that comes down. And so we can go take a cylinder, pull it down here. Maybe like wrap it under. And then it changes direction and comes in here. And then maybe it goes back into this area. And then we'll break it up and we'll have a smaller one.
Ooh, that's
and maybe
really
this
cool.
one changes direction right here. And then maybe it like comes over here, changes direction and wraps around this one. Like this. And then this one maybe comes down and goes into there, right there. It's like there's a little pipe. And you'll notice as I add more to this design, and I'm really pay attention to keeping things interesting and uneven and trying to like make sure I'm not adding symmetry, it ends up looking interesting because it gives your brain something cool to look at. Like that, you know, we could have another pipe, you know, maybe this one just disappears off back there. I'm not like a really high level sci-fi designer, but I did do it for work for a while. And I'm pretty familiar with the concepts, right? Like this could have, I mean, this isn't super sci-fi, but you could have something that's like this.
Like a little wheelie?
Yeah, like a little valve on it. And, you know, maybe there could be like a little bulged area on this. I would look at some reference as well. That could be a valve. But like valves, you could redesign this valve and you could say, okay, what if instead of a circle, the valve is like a triangle, but it's like a rounded triangle. So I could go like, here's my valve. There's the middle of it. And it goes like this. Maybe like a bulged triangle, right? So it's like, maybe here's that. And here's that.
Do you guys animate? Nope. Would love to learn though. Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Right, like taking something that's known and adding a little bit of like flavor to it to make it more interesting potentially. Right? Maybe, I don't know, maybe there's like a big pipe that runs by the floor, like runs under the floor right here. Not under it, but like beside it. And then maybe we've got like a railing that kind of like comes up and out and up. Like in 3D space, it kind of looks like this. And so like maybe this is our railing. Then what does that railing look like? I don't know, like we could design a cool shaped railing. Let's go. Okay, maybe like this is the shape of the railing, or we could work with that triangular type shape again that the valve was. So we could go, maybe this is the railing, right? And then there's something like this. I don't know. Let's try it. Let's just grab this shape and warp it in there and see if that looks any good. And then we'll just duplicate it down a couple times. There is like a little corridor area.
That's fun.
How does this end? Does it go into a staircase? What happens with this pipe? How about we do this? Pull it out. Bring it down. We take this pipe and we go.
Is the app you're using cost money or is it free?
Oh, this is Photoshop.
Yeah, Photoshop costs money.
You don't have to work in Photoshop though.
Nah. Krita's free.
There, let's do something like that, and then let's change this direction right here, and let's pull this pipe up here. Maybe like that. So like building this little diorama, and this could be the corridor that like, this could be a corridor of some sort. Let's like make this go straight down. So this would go straight down as well. And another thing is like you can kind of nest cylinders as well. Like you can combine shapes. So like let's say we have like a cylinder, right? Here's a cylinder. This is really, really prominent in sci-fi design. You'll take like another shape and sort of nest one inside of the other. So let's say I have a cylinder and then I put a wedge on this side. And then I also put a wedge on this side. And I can like tuck one into the other. You'll see that all the time, like all the time. So like, just thinking as an example, or you'll see like this on a wall, for example, right? So like, let's say, okay, let's go up here, right? And let's put a cylinder like, I don't know, here, right? And then we can like wrap something around it on that side and wrap something around it on that side. And then maybe this is like a wedge. And this is like a wedge. And it's kind of tucked back up in there. It's like you can still access the pipe, but they've built like something around it. You'll see that like crazy. And then this cylinder, like we could literally just have it turn and go straight over the rest of this. And as I start to layer this stuff, it's just gonna get more interesting. I'll flip my canvas really quick because I suck at drawing that line. We could have like a little x-ray view or something. We don't, right? And then this guy has to like duck under this pipe or something.
That's cool.
I don't really want to put it directly through there. Let's find another place for it. How about this?
What, do you need help on flow?
There we go. And then on this side, we'll actually do that tucking thing. So we'll like wrap something around this cylinder and then we'll turn it into like, I don't know, like a wedge or something. It's like I don't know what it's called exactly. I think different people have different names for it, but it's kind of like nesting, right? Like this cylinder becomes much more interesting when we sort of nest it between two wedges. And a lot of sci-fi design is just tons and tons of this kind of thing happening. And maybe we can have like another small pipe here. And a lot of the time you'll see like in sci-fi design, they'll have like a pipe and you'll have a smaller pipe. I did it earlier. You'll have a smaller pipe and then this small pipe will like change directions and like wrap around the large one and continue on, right? So like this. And then we'll go zoop, and we'll go zoop, like that. That's a really fun way to do it. Yeah, I'm way better at drawing than I used to be when I did this, dude. All that perspective practice is really paying off, I think. Like that. And then maybe on this side, we can like nest. And have like, I don't know, maybe this comes over, this comes up, right there. See how like really morphing these forms together makes them feel kind of cool? This is like super, super prominent in sci-fi design. You're using a lot of primitive forms and kind of interweaving them and nesting them together in like a believable way.
I like the word nesting. It's cute.
Yeah. And like this could just be a platform, right? Like you could have a person up here. Dang, I need to get Elliot on. We need to talk about sci-fi design. This is activating me.
Activating.
This is unlocked me. Oh, I'm gonna message him. Let's get him on the channel. Remember Elliot? I have a friend. He's good. He's a good sci-fi designer. I'll show you his work. This is Elliot's work. my buddy. I went to class with him. Look at this. This is nice
So
sci-fi design.
cool.
So good. He's built all of this out very modularly. Look at all this. All that very modular sci-fi design. He's doing that. Like, you can see, like, he's created these shapes, and then they're, like, subdivided, but they're not subdivided evenly. They're subdivided, like, cleverly and elegantly. Like, he's kind of built out these shapes that he's like, I'm going to use these shapes in my design. Really, really good designer here. He's worked on a lot of different projects. This is Valorant stuff. But, like, you can see this is also sci-fi design here. Bro, why is this taking so long today? He probably modeled all this in Blender. But you can see this is all, like, there's, like, a little lever. Or maybe, like, I wonder what he modeled this in. Let me look. Blender, yeah. Just a really good. This is actually work from when he was a student. He made this when we were classmates. He might have redesigned it. He probably redesigned it, but he started this when we were classmates, like 10 years ago. All this is like, yeah, 9 years ago he posted this. Look at this one. This one's real nice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's so sophisticated.
Yeah, he's a very sophisticated designer. That's nice stuff. Look at that.
Wow. Wow. So interesting.
Yeah,
a bar?
it's cool.
Looks
I
like
don't
a bar.
know. It's like a rotating sushi belt. That's
I
sick,
wanna have
dude.
Sushi.
Oh man, I never thought of that. That's a good idea. Like rotating sushi bar in space on like a space station.
That's oh, and there's even an aquarium, right? No, that's not an aquarium.
It's like a virtual aquarium or something.
It's kind of cool.
That's cool. But yeah, anyways, he said he'd come on our channel for an interview sometime when he popped in on YouTube a while back. Now there's just my janky.
Oh, brother. You're fine.
Hey, I gotta admit, I can draw a reasonably straight line.
Can you help me with the wavy hair of boys from front? Your video only had it from an angle view. I would reverse engineer that side view and be like, okay, well, where does the hair part and how poofy is it? I would focus on silhouette if you want. Like, have your character in the front view, take a bigger brush, and then draw like a voluminous shape on top in the front view. Find out where your hair parts, find out where that where the volume comes out, and try to mimic the shape from the three-quarter angle. That's what I would do for a front view. And then make sure that when you are drawing the hair in the front view, you're still doing overlap, so you're still like layering the strands on top of each other. It's the same thing even from an angle. Like, you will use the same techniques. I've never tried sushi.
Really?
Really? You're missing out. Well, I mean, I guess if you never had it, try the stuff with the cooked meat first. And then if you want to go a bit more daring, you can do the raw meat. The raw fish. It's good. I loved it. No, it's all good, Will. Your presence here is worth it. Appreciated. I don't know how to say it. Is more than enough. That's a better one. Because time is money too, you know?
It's really all the same skill set over and over, though.
Mm-hmm. How did the rose gift experiment go? I don't know.
Not sure what you mean.
Like the one with we had Dahlia do?
Rose.
Like
Or
gifting?
just the gifts in general.
I think that's what she means, or they mean. Yeah.
I don't know. Couldn't really tell a difference. And of course, like, then all of this, you would start breaking this into like materials and all kinds of stuff and like value graphics. What's dark, what's light. It's the exact same stuff I did with the cloud demo earlier. Like, this demo right here, it's like the same concept, like breaking things up into light and dark. This chunk to me right here doesn't feel like it really matches the shape language of the rest of the room. Sheng Lam is a really good sci-fi designer. Sci-fi is kind of niche though. There's like a really, really hardcore sci-fi designer community out there, but it's not very like mainstream. It's not like normie stuff, you know?
What is considered like normie and what is considered niche at this point, huh?
Large, like mainstream almost, I would say.
Yeah.
I'd probably use a grid. Like this right here, this is like a way better designed than my portfolio stuff.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
like,
of course it would
this
be.
one's rendered a lot more, but like what I just designed is like a way better designed than this. Like this, I could render this one to this level and light it, and it would look way better. Just because the shape language that I'm using in here is a lot more sophisticated and interesting. I should redesign that project sometime. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Wait. That could be
Do it. By the way, if any of you are interested in those 3D head models that we showed earlier, you can DM us saying that you're interested.
Yeah, we'll put you on the wait list.
I know it's kind of late to say it, but I thought I'd put it out there.
See, what would make this a little bit better is maybe nesting this as well. So like, you know, just coming in here. It really depends on what you're going for exactly. Does it like has the environment been designed with the piping in mind, or is the piping like an afterthought? Because you'll get both. Like nesting, like this shows intention. Like they knew this pipe was gonna be here when they constructed this thing. But like, and like this, like they knew this pipe was going to be here when they built this platform that the person's supposed to walk on. But there's also a lot of design where like you kind of have a room and you fill it with a machine, and the room hasn't been designed to fit the machine. You'll get both. They're both. You can do either or. But if you're gonna do one, you like want to kind of commit to it if possible.
Crafty Kitty says, I already DM'd you guys before about that. The heads.
Yeah, we have a list.
Yep.
We're just not super close to having everything set up.
Yeah. Yeah, Miki's the one with the darker brown hair in the ponytail. Miko is the short-haired one. That's very nice.
You like my pose?
That's fun.
Thank you.
Cute. We could even have this like go down, change directions. There's really good sci-fi design exercises out there that help so much. Like, these kind of little things. You spend a lot of time, like, observing the real world and observing how things are put together. You can study, like, parts of machinery and equipment. And then to make it look sci-fi, you just use different shapes than what they're using.
Do you guys also get into horror art?
Not really, but I'd
really.
love to eventually. That's on my list. I want to make really creepy alien
Designs.
grade, like, inspired designs and stuff. I got a project that I want to make.
Gray Hunter Mickey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alternate universe Mickey.
AU Miki,
Hey,
yeah.
Mickey. It's like her own solo story.
Sure helps to be able to draw perspective doing this, bro. I can tell you right now. Holy moly. It's definitely easier to do this now that I've had a lot more practice with perspective.
Wow.
Like, easier to think, easier to decide and design and change decisions about stuff and change stuff. Oh my gosh. Not that it's, like, easy, it's just much more doable. Well, you about ready to wrap it?
Yeah, I'm about ready.
Sounds good. All right, everybody, we are going to wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Don't forget, if your dream is to make your own webcomic or manga, you want to learn the fundamentals. If that's something you're just like, dang, I gotta do, but I've been putting it off. I don't really know where to start. We got you. We built this program specifically for people like you who want to learn the fundamentals: anatomy, perspective, color theory, backgrounds, design, character design, clothing, costume drawing, and you can go through it at your own pace completely.
Yeah.
Anime Art School is the program that we built. You can go there, drawanime.com. It's going to be the yellow button, and you can check it out on that page
Yep.
if you're interested in that sort of thing. If you want to get good
We'll get good.
with a really structured program that will help.
Yes. For sure.
And on that note, we're going to wrap it up. Good night, everybody.
Good
Have a
night.
fantastic day or night or whatever it is for you.
Just in time.
There. We'll do the sound. I got a tinkle, bro.
Me too.
Meow, 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 meow.
No kitties today. Oh well. About the cinema roll. So funny.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And
Bye-bye, YouTube.
See
Yo.
ya.